Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. Welcome to another episode of the Council of Six, a weekly Dungeons & Dragons campaign fraught with all the drama and peril that will take your breath and steal your mind. My name is Jay Longaro, your DM for the night, and on this campaign we will be using Tyranny of Dragons, which tells an epic story across two adventures of which Hoard the Dragon Queen is the first. Unlike our other streams, we won't be commenting on your comments while we are in play as to remain immersed in the story, but please still engage and comment as we go along. During the breaks, we will go through the comments and interact with you all, because at the end of the day, we are presenting this for your enjoyment. But without any further ado, are you ready to leave all that's real behind? Because there's something breaking at the brick of every wall that's holding all that you know. So tell me, do you want to go to the Council of Six?
Oh my God!
But here we are. We are back. Another Council of Six. And we're ready to go. We're ready to go tonight. That's what I think. I think we're ready to go.
Let's go.
I mean, there could be a few things that make us not ready to go, like Thanik wanting to make an entire event out of sitting outside of a building that's not letting him in, obviously.
Oh, we don't have to make an event out of it.
I think we already did.
I think at that point, the event has happened. Anything after this is just the aftershock of the earthquake.
You mean Thanik pouting and sitting on the ground outside the wall, outside the door?
I don't think
I'm saying
pouting.
With Teeny curled up around him. She's just
Did
like
you go with him?
curled
I
up.
thought you went back to. I thought you went back to the hotel.
No, I went on his shoulder to heal him.
Tiny was on Thanik's shoulder.
Oh well, move your damn icon. Get yourself up there. Oh, you can't because it's paused, but I'll do it.
Yeah,
Get your ass.
I
up
was
there.
with him.
Yeah, and I still don't I still don't have a mouse because of reasons. So I'm gonna. You may need to, if there's a bunch of movement today, you may need to tie Thanik to somebody.
All right,
Yes,
we'll
I
tie him
can
to.
be
I'll do it. I'll
Can't
do
you
it
just
later.
use your keyboard?
Huh?
To move them, use your keyboard?
You
I
can't.
can't get to the
Goes one
website.
at a time.
Oh.
Well, Tiny's really worried about him dying, so because he
All
won't
right.
take
So
care
if
of
anyone's out
himself.
there watching, if you wanna, have a PO box, send a mouse for Thanik. We will get it to him.
I'm literally on my Amazon right now.
I will
okay?
have one by next episode.
I
I'll
mean,
have
Jesus,
2
I
weeks.
probably have a bunch sitting here I could give you.
in 1 week, in 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, in 2
I
weeks
don't
because
think
we're not
Mickey
playing
wants
next
me
week.
here.
for
You want a
Thanksgiving,
rechargeable ergonomic
actually.
mouse? I can send you this.
right? No,
one.
those are that's disgusting, buddy.
Oh
I
no,
want-
this is.
You
I
want-
gotta be honest with you. This is one of the most comfortable, and it actually helped my wrist more than anything. It's one of the most
That
comfortable.
looks like you
mouses
left
I've
it in
ever
the
had.
dryer.
Wired or wireless?
The only problem with it, I don't use it anymore, is because
melted
when
it.
I'm doing editing on Photoshop and other stuff, this one's harder to use than a regular mouse, so that's why I stopped. using
Dylan,
it.
wired or wireless?
Well, you're not sending me one.
I have your address. I'm sending you one.
You're not sending me one. I'll send it
Can
back.
all of
So
us send
so do
him-
I.
Everyone
get
send him a
four-
mouse.
You get 4 mice. You just get 4 mice to your house.
Poor mice at your house.
Yeah.
Not
That
even
way you have a
actual
backup to a
mouse,
backup
like
to a
an actual
backup.
mouse.
And if we ever
Right.
hear again, I don't have a mouse for reasons, we'll be like, we'll call you on your bullshit. It's like, no, we all sent you one, so you obviously have like 5 fucking mouses sitting there.
No, I will.
No, Dylan actually sent him a mouse.
Someone send him a ball mouse. Someone send like that crazy gamer mouse with the buttons on the side. Someone send him like
And then
It's
someone go
cute.
old school and pay like 99 cents for the old Microsoft wired mouse that used to come with the computer.
This is my mouse.
That's yeah. It was like a box. It was like square and
Mhm.
angled and everything. I remember those from the Mac Labs that I had as a child, because I was old enough to remember those, where we were in an air conditioned trailer to learn how to type run and shit like that on those old Mac Lab computers. Yeah, Mickey remembers. Mickey's aging her too.
They're old
It's
guys.
okay. Marie remembers them too, because they were still around when Marie was younger too.
I
So.
know.
I remember him.
What's up?
Oh, we had a little fun joke before Dylan and Marie and stuff came in. We were because there's a bookstore now on the map, and if you guys look at it, there's a name. It's got a name to it, and Mickey recognized the name immediately, and Sophie and Bryce are like, huh?
Oh, what's the name? I can't see.
Well, it's named Walden's Books.
I'm laughing at the fact that Dylan knows
I know what
instantly
it
what it
is.
is.
I think I know what it is.
It's really not that hard to think. Just take the space out.
Like where?
It's the name of it was the name of
One of
a
those
brick and mortar bookstore, Walden Books.
Oh.
I guess they got books.
Yeah, it was in the age before we could order stuff online. You had to go to a store and buy a physical book.
I go to Barnes and Noble like weekly. Thank you very much.
I love that
Hey,
Barnes and
well,
Noble has
you're
a
a
little
you're a
D. I
bit of
love
a
that Barnes
gypsy,
and Noble
so
has a
it's
little D&D
different
section.
with you.
Did you just call Sophie a gypsy?
She's got an old soul. She just doesn't know all the terminology. That's all.
So D&D.
D&D.
Danik is sitting outside a house. Mal's gonna go rob him afterwards. It'll be great.
But yeah, it's about 11 p.m. After this whole battle and everything. Yeah, you guys got to decide what you want to do here.
Well, I believe.
I feel it's long rest time, but yeah.
Yeah, I think we
already-
decided it
Yeah.
was the morning already.
Yeah, we already
yeah.
took a long rest.
Long rest? No, but that was that from that or was that from?
Yeah, that was from that.
Okay.
Mhm.
But yeah, remember, long rest is more than recuperating your HP and stuff. It's also about exhaustion, and you actually have to sleep the night, or else you'll face exhaustion.
I mean, I
That's
only
about
need
it.
4 hours. But
Tiny slept. Tiny
I
sleep
believe
in
in the
the
mechanics. You do have to have. Oh well, you got the abilities that it can allow you to get a 4-hour.
I only need 4 hours.
Fucking elves.
All right, so let me unpause this here,
Shit.
and we will move this on to the next morning, if it lets me do it. Good. Okay. Let's see here.
Long rest.
Next morning.
Mal does actually sleep this night. He's not sleeping out in the street like a heathen, so.
That's good.
I understand.
Okay.
This damn
So,
calendar. I don't know what the hell's the problem with that. I got to refresh every time I want to do something with it, and it's really driving me kind of batty. But let me see here.
no.
The question is, how many drinks will Stevie have by the end of this session? My bet is 12.
3.
Oh,
I'll bet on 6.
Okay, there we go. All right, so it is. Oh, let me change the lighting. Let's make it morning here. All right, so yeah, it's about 8:30 the following day in the morning, and rise and shine, buckaroos.
Is where Stevie and Mal are currently? Is that where we're staying for the night?
I think well, no, that was the stadium. You guys, there's a hotel
right,
here somewhere
right.
where you could remember you have like free lodging. Oh no, you had free food, not lodging.
Yeah,
But you'd have to find a hotel. I just didn't come up with one.
It's all good. Let's just pretend like we figured out a hotel before we went to
we went to
You got a free
Super.
you got a free stay
the
tonight. because
Hawkman Hotel.
The owners were just verklempt that they had competitors staying at their hotel for the night, so they gave
Right,
them free
exactly.
for the night.
So
Mal 100% stole this little tiny lotions.
exactly. Stevie is not an early riser. Like, not like a late riser either, but not an early riser. Not like Thanik, who wakes up at 4 a.m. and like has coffee going before literally anybody else has even thought of being awake. So I imagine the whole Thanik and Kismet thing might happen before Stevie and Mal are even awake.
I think so as well.
Mal wakes up with the intent to throw rocks at Danik and is very disappointed when he's not there in the morning.
Aww.
And then I throw one at Stevie instead.
Are we sharing a room?
Huh?
Are we sharing a room?
Maybe.
I believe it.
Why not?
But yeah, I assume whatever is gonna happen between Kismet and Thanik probably happens very early in the morning. Because correct me if I'm wrong, but I assume Kismet wakes up and like the other people in the place are like, yo, this dude's been banging on the door for hours. please go deal with him.
Yes, that is definitely a thing that is happening.
And for clarity, I have not been banging on the door this entire time. I promptly set up post whenever I was rejected and said, well, I'll find you in the morning then. And then I just plop my butt down
Okay,
outside
so
the door.
this guy's been outside of our door all night. Please go deal with him.
There you go.
So it probably happens around like 6:30 a.m. if I had to guess. Because
Right. I mean, the clock is showing 8:30, but yeah, you can retroactively recount the events that happened a few hours prior.
cool. Yeah. So waking up and hearing about this man outside the door, I'm still like, all right, you ready? And I'll open the door and just look down. I assume you're sitting.
Yeah, I would be asleep because I technically have to make it to 8 hours to get a long rest, so I would be asleep. If you throw a rock at me, I swear to God.
God, I wish I had.
If you went to sleep right when we stopped, it was 11 o'clock, so 8 hours you'd be up by at least 7.
Oh, okay.
So it is 7 a.m.
There you
I
go.
open the door. I'm just gonna stare at a sleeping Fennec.
Just stare. It's an uncomfortable, long stare.
I'm gonna tap him on the shoulder.
After a certain point in time, I just stretch it.
No, I'm gonna tap you on your shoulder.
Oh, it's you. Wonderful, wonderful. This is exactly how I wanted to start my morning. How are you?
I'm good. Why?
Why what?
Did you sleep
here.
out here?
Because I needed to talk to you. I have run across many different warriors who get their powers or pray specifically to any kind of god. And I've never quite seen anyone handle a situation quite as deftly as you did. So I have to know. Well, there's no reason that you would know, but I do enjoy studying the gods and trying to understand them. And I have no idea with what you did yesterday, who you could possibly follow. I have ideas though, so you can tell me if I'm wrong. Seldarin. You're an elf, goddess of war, big dog, greater deity. It must be Seldarin.
Good guess. I know quite a few people. Not me.
Shit. Tia.
No. Right place, wrong person.
Heronius. Tempest, Torn, the Red Knight.
No.
You might follow someone that I don't know. If you don't mind me asking, who is it
Would
that you do
you
follow?
like to continue guessing, or do you want me to just tell you now?
No, it seems that if you follow any of the other ones that I'm aware of, they seem to be over different parts of the godly existence that don't necessarily have to deal with exactly what just happened to me yesterday. So it must be one that I don't know about.
Many people call him the Doombringer. I know him by Hoard.
Interesting. You are the kind of person that I think it would be very fun to travel with. I don't know if you've met any of my counterparts yesterday while I was lounging in the pool in that 2-hour break. If you did, I can only hope that it was a positive experience and apologize if it wasn't. You seem like the kind of person that would be cut out for the work that we are doing. And to be quite honest, I would absolutely love to hear more about your whore.
Well, I am going to be sent on a mission today, so I'm not sure how possible that is yet. I did fight that one, and I'll point at the sleeping fairy on your shoulder.
Oh, yes, you did fight this one, didn't you?
And if you are friends with the centaur, I did have a conversation with her.
I'm almost happier you found the centaur instead of the tiefling, to be honest with you. That's probably safer for all parties involved. He's a good tiefling. He's just a what's the word? A bit of a dickhead, especially on like first meeting. He's a hard person to meet first and come away with like a really good impression. He grows on you. It takes a long time, but first impressions.
You know what else grows on you?
What's that?
Disease.
Yes, disease does grow on you. That is an accurate statement.
Just because they grow on you doesn't mean it's a positive thing. If that's all you need, I do have to go prep. And you should probably not be on the street. So.
Oh no, my job here's done. I believe some of my party were afraid that there would be like an impromptu round 2 or anything along those lines. No, good show. Yesterday was literally nuts. In my 48 years, that's never, ever happened to me. So bravo. And now I have what I need and have almost probably a day's worth or even a week's worth of research that I'm very excited to do into your god. So other than my extension of travel, probably about the only thing that you need from me at this moment is that if our paths do align in any way, I don't know if the centaur told you where we're staying, but here's a scribble on a scrap piece of paper. Here's where we're staying.
Does Thanik know where they're staying?
Yeah, I've been there. I slept there the night before.
Okay. I'm like, I haven't really
So
been
unless
here
these
that day.
fucking we all got free meals out of it. Remember? That's where the Parker was.
We
in
just talked
Dwarven.
about how that was not a place that you could sleep.
Oh well, I
right
gave you the
before
only
this.
address I know then. This is
we're-
this is 100% where we're staying.
We're retconning that like we figured out a place to stay before we went to the thing.
Yeah. They found a
Oh,
place
okay.
and they didn't charge them because it was like, oh, you're the competitors from last night. You can stay here for free.
Okay.
Little Motel 6 in Waterdeep.
So you have the only address that I know, and the three of us can sort that out later, I suppose. So yes, if our paths do cross, please find us. We would love to have you as a companion.
Thanik, correct?
Indeed. You could probably see that on the name tag on the back of my armor when you stabbed the absolute shit out of me.
They also called your name, but yes.
Oh yes, in lament that I could be defeated so easily. That makes sense. That makes sense. I didn't have very much of a presence of mind there for about 30 seconds, so it's good to know they care.
Kismet.
Oh yes, they called your name too. I remember you. Great to meet you.
Sir, you can on your way and out from in front of our building. It's not a fun look. Nice to meet you.
I'm sure it was.
I wish you luck on your journey.
And you on yours if our paths don't cross. And I'll just sort of like pep in my step like an old man in the morning, ready
I'll
to
just
fucking go.
slowly close the door and go, that was weird.
Just interesting as you're closing.
Can we just say at that point, like Mal and Stevie are walking there, and you make it like 2 blocks down the road, and we're like, Thanik!
Hey!
Never mind. Good.
Question. Why
Answer.
are they walking there? The meeting
Yeah.
that they said was going to be like around midday. It was like around
Oh,
noon.
midday? Never mind. We're not doing that then.
So we're not. That's why I was
Well,
like,
I'm going to a hotel that nobody's at.
Why?
Because the only one that I know is the first one, and that's not where everyone is, right?
No, you would know. We would have found a place before
Yeah.
we went to the thing. You
Oh,
would know.
okay. That'll work.
Are you
then. So
going
I'm
back
gonna-
to that hotel?
Yeah, I'm not gonna go to if that has been retconned, then yes, I'm going to where y'all are.
As soon as you walk through the door, there's a pebble.
Are you even awake?
I spend all morning with someone who is absolutely delightful, and then I walk back to the group that I'm adventuring with, and there's a pebble on my bracer.
Mal, sweetie, don't vex Thanik, please.
It's honestly something. I feel like I just have to. It's like an itch I have to scratch.
Seems like a personal problem that somehow involves me.
You're right. It does.
Yeah, I feel like there's some ointments you can get for an itch like that.
No, I got stuff for that itch. So that's different. You see,
Well,
watch this.
thankfully, the pebbles don't make me itch. I have full armor.
Yeah, you see, the reason why I throw him at that. Watch this. I throw one at Stevie, hits the stud leather, doesn't make a sound. Throw it at Authentic, there's a satisfying ting.
Yes,
That-
well.
I-
And
is
he's
kind of
much
a
more entertaining
satisfying
to listen to after he's been
sound, but-
riled up.
I mean, still, I would prefer it if you didn't vex Thanik, but anyways. Did you meet Kismet?
Yes, I found her. I had to sleep outside of their establishment all evening in order to meet her. But, I did find her.
You slept outside of their establishment.
Yes, you didn't see me come back here, did you?
No, but I went to bed pretty quick after we got home. And you didn't think that sleeping outside of the Order of the Gauntlet would you didn't think that might be a little bit creepy at all?
No, I had
I'm pretty sure
questions.
that's how the guards get involved.
I had questions, and they told me that it would have to wait until morning. So rather than you know how elves sleep, they don't need hardly any sleep whatsoever. So rather than have Kismet searching all through the city trying to find me, I figured I'd make myself rather available.
No offense,
It's not
sir,
my
but
first
I
rodeo
don't
slapped up
think
against the
Kismet
wall
was
either.
gonna go looking for you.
Well, she might have.
She didn't really seem super interested unless the Order of the Gauntlet was going to order her to do something. Anyways, that is not the point. We are supposed to go see
I got to
the
find out who her
Order.
god is, which is great.
Oh, who would that be?
Hoard, I've never heard of them. It's fantastic.
That's an interesting name.
Can I make a check to see if
okay,
I know that, since I'm well traveled, being a bard and all? If I know who Hoard is?
Of the god of Hoard.
Yeah.
Well, being well traveled wouldn't necessarily.
Not like if I know a lot about, just if I've at least heard of it.
That would be a religion check.
Cool, religion. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be actually, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
It's a
I
plus
just clarified because you were giving me a well traveled, which is trying to gear you towards using one of your more higher ended skill checks.
Oh yeah, I see where you're going. No, I was planning on it being a religion check.
Yeah.
13.
Well, even when you're not min-maxing.
Yeah. So with a 13, you don't know the breadth and depth of the religion, but you are familiar with the god horror. You kind of know the basics of it, but you don't know like the deep lore or stuff behind it.
Now here's the fun thing. I don't know the basics even. So can someone tell me the basics of horror?
Sophie?
Like super streamlined, good, bad, somewhere in between.
Neutral. I think it's lawful neutral god. God of revenge.
God
Oh.
of Revenge. Are
I've
you a
heard of them.
vengeance paladin?
I'm a vengeance paladin.
Nice.
Yeah, as soon as Thanik says that, oh, Hoard, I've heard of them.
How have you heard of? Well, you've been everywhere, haven't you?
Yeah. I don't know shit amongst basics, but
Yes, well, I know I've never heard of them, and I have been I have attempted to I've been studying these things for quite some time, so I've just somehow never run across them. So especially if we have someone to be midday in the haze of trying to find Kismet, I don't think I remember any of the details of where we're supposed to be. But if there's time, I'd love to try and find a bookstore.
Well, we were supposed to meet with the Order of the Gauntlet at around midday. We have several hours to kill. Give me a second, I have to seize.
Get it. Biggin.
Nope,
ooh.
it ain't happening. Did you just ooh? Was that
No,
what
I said
happened?
Boo. I didn't go
Oh.
ooh. Very different.
A really weird,
is-
sonorous ooh woo.
Woo! Anyways.
We're sorry to the one person we have watching.
Yeah. Yep. Anyways, well, we have several hours till we have to meet them. It might be a
Tiny wakes up and stretches and taps Thanik on the cheek. Food.
Yeah, we're here where food is.
Why am I picturing Tiny like draped over her shoulder like this? As he's walking, just bouncing.
well, I could go for some food. Maybe not pancakes, but I know Tiny would enjoy that. I'm sure.
Do we still have 3 meals where we're staying now?
We have free meals at the. Where is it?
Didn't I thought I had a place here for it, didn't I?
I don't see
You guys
it.
got free meals?
Downy Beer Tavern.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
for
where it is. Yeah,
participating in the competition.
Yeah.
yeah.
I should have been
That's
involved.
That's the only reason I participated, to be honest.
Free food. Yum.
Someone go get a plate, bring it out to me, and then go back and get another.
Yeah, that might work.
Well, I thought that was delicious.
Thanik,
Yes.
speaking of money, they gave me your winnings, which was about 250 gold. Did you want that?
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, I don't need it.
I'll
Books
take it.
can't be that expensive.
I can hold on to it for you if you want.
It'd be much safer if you held on to it than if Tiny or if Mal held on to it. So if somebody's going to keep it, it probably ought to be you.
You're not wrong.
I love your trust, Thanik.
You would spend it in a heartbeat. Don't even pretend like you wouldn't.
As Mal hides his new Sisseton behind him, he's like, I would not.
That he immediately bought.
Saturn.
Saturn.
It's a fucking loot. That's what we're calling
It's a
it.
Sisseton from now on.
Saturn. But if you guys go into the Downy Beer Tavern, you would do notice that you don't even have to go to the counter to order food. They actually set up a contestant-only buffet table. They have a couple guards sitting next to it to show your tickets to that everybody got who competed. And at the buffet table, there's big trays of scrambled eggs, bacon, pancakes, biscuits. All the typical and some sausage patties and links and stuff. So all the typical breakfast fare that you would see.
Hey, Stevie,
Continental
real quick,
breakfast,
before we go through, can I see your ticket quick just to see what it looks like? I promise, I just need to look.
You can forge things, can't you?
Of course. And I'm going to forge a ticket.
She hands it to him to allow him to forge.
I
Go
just
ahead,
wanna-
just do a,
I just
go
wanna
ahead
see
and do
how
a
good
forgery
this is.
roll. It shouldn't be a problem, but
Yeah, it's just
Nat ones
dexterity
happen.
plus proficiency. So I'm just gonna slide of hand. Yeah, it's dexterity plus proficiency, so I'm just going to do sleight of hand to make it.
Yeah.
Because it's the same.
Yep.
Oh, it's a
like
bad
I
one.
was saying.
7.
It looks like someone took a
It's in
coloring book
crayon.
and made a ticket.
I will say this. I mean, we'll see what happens when you show it to them. But with the 7, you're not happy with your work. You look at it and it's like you must have drank too much something last night, or it's just it doesn't look right. But you're hoping it's passable.
Oh, man, I didn't drink last night. That's my issue. Mel then finds a puddle, drops it in a puddle, shakes it up. I can make that work. Okay, let's go get some food, guys. So we go eat breakfast.
Yeehaw. And then bookstore afterwards, unless anybody else has got something to
So
say.
everybody else shows their tickets is fine, but Mal, so you show your ticket. We're gonna need a kind of little talking from Mal and a deception check.
Yes, I am so sorry. I dropped into the puddle on the way here. As you can see, it's just soaking wet. I wasn't very well known. Thanik Bridgebreaker knocked me out before we even started. That's why he had to buy. You said deception?
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. So 16, so 20.
Yeah. So the guy looks at it. He looks at you, and he looks at everyone else. He's like, "Yeah, I'm not into the whole sporting thing, so I don't even know who to contest in sport. If you have a ticket, obviously, you were there." So
Mal loads
I don't
up a
know
plate
why-
as high as
I don't know
he
why
can.
you felt the need to explain all that to me, but sure. Yeah, go.
After you strong, Mal loads up a plate and walks away. So we eat breakfast. Sounds like a bookstore. Anything else?
So I wanted to talk to y'all about something. Fleur mentioned to me that the cult had certain chests with artifacts in them, and they were locked. Fleur was able to get through as a mouse because they had the keyhole. But it might be useful to have a set of lock picks, and I may or may not know how to use lock picks. And I found I have heard tell of this guild that might be able to provide me with some lock picks in case we run up into that kind of situation. So we need to go to a certain place to decipher a tablet signposting of sorts. So after we go book shopping, I'd love to give that a try. See if we can get a set of lockpicks. It might be useful.
Wait, to obtain lockpicks, we have to decipher a tablet.
You see, most reputable stores would not have a set of lockpicks. It's not really the thing you want to go asking for.
So just a real quick question.
Mm-hmm.
What did you
Fleur have lockpicks? Mal 100% would have taken those. And at this moment, just use these. Or what do you want to say?
I normally I would probably say yeah, but in this situation, considering Stevie's going to go through some stuff to try to acquire these, and you did not mention
There's a whole
that
thing Lungus
previously.
planned.
And you did not mention that previously. I will
Mal
say
keeps the
that
lockpicks
no.
and doesn't tell Stevie them. I like that.
Fleur had a lot of hidden pockets, and you just did not find them all.
Okay.
Or roll.
At that
to
moment,
sleight
Mal
of
just
hand
thinks to
her.
himself, shit, Fleur had lockpicks.
Wonder if we could go dig up a grave and go and grab
She
them.
did, in
Might be
fact,
easier.
never brush her hair. There might have been things in there.
It was
You thought
gross
those were
as shit, Karina.
hairpins.
They may have been lockpicks.
What did you get into in that 2-hour break? You come back and you've all of a sudden I hear you've met Kismet outside of the tournament, and then also you just now know that you need to go and decipher tablets for lockpicks.
Well, I
Eventful
may
2
have
hours.
gone shopping a little bit. It wasn't hard to meet Kismet outside when like we were given the break. I just saw her right outside the gates of the Waterdeep Square Garden.
Oh no, you did not done anything wrong. I just said that's an eventful 2 hours. You got into some shit.
Well, when you can move fast without all that heavy plate on them, I'm sure.
I honestly, I'm
I mean,
typically so good at not getting hit, which now I feel like I need to revise as both a fighter and as a human being, or as just a Goliath being. Because something about my strategy did not work yesterday at all.
If you tried using a shield,
You know, weirdly, if I remember correctly with the rolls, I don't think a shield would have helped. Even kind of.
well,
so you want to go fuck
that's
with the Thieves Guild?
I say bookstore first. I imagine this is all happening as we're eating breakfast.
Yeah, Tiny has a plate and she's just making a mess.
Is just
yeah, just playing
Yeah.
with that. And she's in her fairy form, like sitting in the plate with the food.
Sounds about right.
Pal, are you sure you don't have a spell to clean up some of that syrup?
Oh, I don't actually. I can make it look like she doesn't look like it. And I can also do this. And I minor illusion a picture of Thanik getting stabbed in the back by Kismet.
I think you
What?
should hold on to that one.
There's a minor illusion PowerPoint presentation of Thanik getting stabbed in the back by Kismet.
You know, as weirdly okay as I am with the events that transpired yesterday, I will say you can push enough buttons where I will hit you.
I swipe it over to the one with Cyan Wrath.
Hey, I came back and beat his ass, didn't I? Maybe Kismet will get hers one day.
I drop the PowerPoint.
Tiny's going back to playing with her food.
But no, I have nothing to keep her clean.
That's all right. More than anything, it just means that whenever we end up walking, she sort of gets stuck to my armor, and she can't run off and do other things that are whimsical like she normally does. So a little bit of syrup around the
That
legs
may not
and
be
around
a
the shoes ends up
bad
being okay.
idea. Yeah.
It's around her legs, her butt, everything.
I think the last time that we had pancakes, there was a point where 2 legs and 1 arm were both stuck to my pauldron, and it was just sort of it was rather funny.
You see, that sounds absolutely dreadful, so I'm done eating.
I have a high tolerance.
I'm going to the weapons shop.
I have a high tolerance and a high amount of patience. How do you think you've stuck with this party for as long as you have?
Because you love me, that's why. Mal is going to want to go to the weapons shop at some point.
In the complete opposite.
I'll meet you up with you, don't worry.
Tiny jumps into a cup of liquid and just starts cleaning herself in it.
Wow.
She doesn't know what it is.
Please tell me it's hot coffee.
Beer.
I think this requires a roll. Give me a perception check.
On who? Me?
Tiny, yes.
Okay, perception check.
There's a wonderful TikTok about morning beer involving an a cappella group that I'll have to send everybody later because it is one of my favorites.
12.
Okay, not too bad. So you didn't jump in anything scalding hot like coffee or tea, but you do jump into it and you realize it's not water and it's orange juice, so it's kind of sticky.
Stickier.
I mean, you won't notice the stickiness while you're in there. After you get out and it starts drying, is when you notice you're a little tacky.
Yeah, it looks like she can't fly. She's gonna be climbing up things.
Yep.
She's Velcro. She's gonna jump on Thanos' soldiers. She's just gonna be hanging there. Her wings will be stuck to his shoulder, to his pauldron. It's just
With that small degree of stickiness, you can almost practice breakdancing on any part of my body. If you need to. Just enough to stay put, but not enough to get stuck.
You wanted to go to the fine swords and weapons?
I was going to Fletcher's.
Fletcher's.
You think Mal wants to get close? Ritter's bows and ammo.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Mal wants to get close to something. That's a horrible idea. I have a 13 AC and the lowest hit points.
all right, so yeah.
Armor class is 13 too, asshole.
Rialtar is there. He's the same gentleman who gave Tiny some blow darts. And Mickey also. Oh, you went in there and got something too, Mickey. You talked to him again too when he
The flail.
you
the plus
t-
one
the
flail.
Yes, the flail, and he gave you the information about the Thieves Guild too.
No, that was I went to Tools of the
Oh,
Trade.
the Tools of the Trade. Tools of the Trade.
And the
fair, correct.
Centaur shopkeep there.
Yes. Correct. All right, so yeah, Rialtar's there behind the counter. Well, welcome, good sir. How can I help you today?
Hey, I noticed you have this extraordinarily small crossbow, and I'm pointing at the hand crossbow.
The hand cross. Oh yes. It's actually crafted out east from here, from a little village called Beretta, and it's very fine, very fine craftsmanship on this hand crossbow. You see, it's all red oak varnished, beautiful looking crossbow, and he's like, yeah, it's a fair price at 20 gold piece.
Oh yeah, very fair deal. all I ask is, I'll definitely buy this and a pack of bolts here, but I had someone mention there's something about a thieves guild in town. Should I be concerned about that?
I don't know nothing about any such thieves guild. I mind my business. I take care of my stuff here. I don't know. Why would you come in here and ask me a question like that?
No.
Really
That's why I'm here. I'm looking for self-protection. Is there any areas of town I should be avoiding that kind of stuff?
Well, I mean, any town has its shadier areas, if you will. Waterdeep being a large city is no exception. I'll say there's some seedier areas of the Dock Ward and the Southern Ward that I would maybe avoid. Not the entire area, but just some places. The Sea Ward has some not great areas. You're pretty safe in the North Ward, Castle Ward, and Trade Ward.
Perfect. Thank you. That's all I needed today. Yes, just the hand crossbow and a pack of bolts.
Sure.
I'm not negotiating or doing anything. I just don't want to deal with the price adjustments.
Yeah. So if you want to just go ahead and click it, go ahead.
Yep. So hand crossbow and a thing of bolts. Nope.
There you go.
And then Mal leaves to go find the others.
We would have made our way to the bookstore at this point, I imagine.
Is everybody going? Tiny, Stevie, and Thanik?
Yeah, we sure can.
Yeah.
Bookstore. Stevie is going
I will be
to
all
take.
manual today.
Okay, so you see Walden's Books. It's a nice looking shop. It had lots of windows, so it's quite bright when you walk in. But you do notice that the windows, the sunlight comes in and illuminates a big open area right in the center. But the books aren't anywhere near it. The shelves are all lined along the edges of away from the sunlight, so the sunlight doesn't damage any of the books. So it's more shadowy by the shelves.
Interesting.
Stevie is going to look through each and every book.
As you're walking through, you see a gnome. He has a little pair of glasses, just sitting on the edge of his nose, going through the books. He has a parchment, doing a checklist, reading as he's looking at the spines of various books.
Teeny's looking around for a picture book.
Excuse me, sir. I know him all the way down there. How are you?
Oh, hello. How are you? Welcome to Walden's Books. I am Walden.
Oh, you're the Walden. Well, a pleasure to meet you indeed.
I was unaware my name preceded me, but yes, I am Walden.
I'm looking for any sort of readings that you have on the god Hoard.
It's hilarious that you bring it up because there's one book I was going to put in the list and I decided not to. But I could find it. Hold on.
It could be pretensies. I have so many wikis pulled up.
I may have something. Just go ahead and peruse. I'm going to go in the back. I will be with you shortly. So
Sure.
That's my excuse while I'm pulling up the one thing I know I saw. So you and Stevie can talk and Tanya can talk as you're looking at different books.
Stevie is just transfixed by all of the books, and she has pulled out a history of draconic interactions.
No!
Oh my god!
Thank you so much for chiming in for that moment alone.
Anyways, she has pulled out a history of draconic interactions, the Dream of the Dragon, Tome of the Dragon, and How to Kiss Better.
I should put that one in there for Mel, but Mel's not there.
Oh, don't worry. It'll get to him. It'll get to him.
You
So
I didn't know you read.
oh well. So whenever I do make it to town, I try and grab a book or two. Because I don't get into towns very often. And it passes the time. It's a very nice way to spend a night by the fire, you know?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I, in all your years, I'm sure you have read before, but I didn't know you were an active reader. That's wonderful to know.
It's these books in particular, and she points to the dragon titled books. These ones seem particularly relevant for what we're dealing with currently.
Can I roll a perception check to see if I see how to kiss better?
Yeah, sure.
Fucking righteous.
She's not at all trying to hide it,
It's
but
a 5. Okay. Well, then if you're not trying to hide it, I'll just say, you doubting yourself?
oh no, I was giving it to Mal. Just
Oh, that's very funny. That's very funny. I like that very much.
I thought he might.
I wasn't sure if mixed in with all of the dragon books, if you were starting to worry whether or not your relationship with your dragon once upon a time was, maybe it had something to do with the kissing, that things ended the way that it did. I wasn't sure.
Oh no, that's not an issue. I'm just I thought it might be funny. He likes to
I think that would be very funny.
tease at other people.
I think it would be very funny. Like I say, I have to check in on my peeps, so I just wanted to make sure.
Oh yeah, don't worry about it. It's just a little in joke. So Stevie's gonna bring those books up to the checkout, and just she's not even gonna try and negotiate any prices for those. She's just buying.
Sure. Yeah, he still hasn't come back yet. I actually found one here, but I gotta set it up.
A is for Azith and other gods.
No, that's actually a tiny.
That's the picture book for Tiny.
It actually was. I added picture book, but it actually is a children's rhyme book. So
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, give me 1 second while I set up this one here, because this one would work nicely.
Mal's getting closer, guys. Don't worry. I've been slowly moving him towards.
Just one square at a time.
Pretty much.
I can't see it. That's fucking funny.
We're in the Sea Ward.
Alrighty. Okay. So he comes out, and he's like, I found one. He's kind of bobbling along as he comes in, and you see him. He runs behind the counter and he kind of disappears because the counter is higher than the gnome. But then you see him kind of climb up on a box, and he's standing up at the counter, and he pulls out this big book, and he slams it down. Kind of dust comes up, and
Oh, you found one my size. That's wonderful.
it was quite heavy bringing it back here, but yes, so you see it's bound in red leather, and it has silver foil embossed lettering on the spine and the cover, and he shows it to you, and it says Encyclopedia Difica.
Oh, so this is comprehensive.
Oh, yes, of course. It was a set of books written by Janelle Einhorn, an acolyte of the Leaves of Learning in the Temple of Ogma in High Moon. It details a range of gods and goddesses of various pantheons.
That may be exactly what I need. I seem to have found out recently that there are a few gods that I've not become privy to in my time. So a more expensive.
Well, this one looks
volume
pretty
reflects my
extensive.
liking.
An A to Z encyclopedia, if you will, of gods and goddesses. So you should be able to find whatever god you're looking for in there.
Count me in. What would this wonderful tome run, sir?
Oh, it's only eight gold pieces. 8 gold pieces.
Sure.
I've marked it down.
Part with it with no
So you can purchase
negotiation.
it.
I still don't have the shit up, and also I will.
Stevie
not
has
be
all his
first.
Stevie has all his money anyway.
Yeah, so Stevie's
I
just
have-
gonna Stevie's gonna plop down these other books that she has, and don't worry about it, I'll grab it.
Amazing choice.
I may
dragons.
have
So
a
you're
little
into
bit of an
dragons, huh?
Yeah, I have an academic interest in dragons. And she kind of summons her Drake just to kind of like be like,
Oh my lord! Yeah. However, breath weapons, acid
oh,
fire.
no, don't worry about that. He's very well
Could you
trained.
just put him
He's-
away though, please?
Oh,
It's
no
very-
worries, no worries. And she'll unsummon him.
Thank you.
Like
thank you, thank you.
he's very well trained. He would not do
Accidents
any
happen
sort
though,
of
my dear. Accidents happen. It's. I'm kind of wary of
Fair
the
enough.
little one you have here with you. I don't know how old this child is, but
She is a little sticky at times, but she's been keeping close to
sticky
us.
around parchment.
Yeah, don't I have this. So Stevie also has that picture book.
Yeah.
And like, see, I got this one for her to keep her occupied.
Okay.
So I'm
Which
going
one? Which
through
one
and
were you getting,
purchasing-
by the way? Again, which dragon one was it?
So I'm a ton. A history of draconic interactions. The A is for Azith and other gods. That one's for Tiny.
Well, I was talking about the dragon one. So it's a history of draconic interactions.
Yeah. So no, I'm getting a ton. I'm getting all
Okay.
of them.
All of the dragon books.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. By the way, I don't know if you read the description that Dream of Dragon isn't actually about dragons.
I don't care. It has
Okay, I'm
dragon
just
in the
saying.
title.
It's about the people of Cormyr around the time of the death of King Azun. So it's more of a history book of an area
It's not. It's not. See,
It's under the
that-
sign of the dragon.
No,
Roll to see if you read the blurb.
Nope, she's just collecting dragons.
I'm
I
just.
mean, that's why
I'm
there's
just
descriptions in
looking
there to let you know
and
what the books are about.
going.
You
Yeah.
click on them.
The One Sage's Worm book as well. Dream of the Dragon was not really about dragons.
No. It's just the title of the book because it's like under the sign. Under the sign of the dragon, it has to do something with the city of Cormyr and stuff.
Yeah, no, then. Tome of the Dragon, though.
Yeah, that one's about dragons.
Grabbing that one. Yeah, and the only one that I haven't been able to purchase through here is AS for Azith. It was doing weird things.
I've accepted all of them, so you should have gotten it.
Oh, it did. Like no, I kept clicking on the purchase button and it wouldn't pop up with
Oh.
the like confirm.
I thought I saw it. I thought I saw it in here. Let me see.
I
Oh,
don't
no, I
see it.
But he'll give it to you. It's only one silver piece. Since you bought so
Right.
much, he's like, oh, don't worry about paying for this one. You can have this one.
Oh, thank
for
you.
free. It's a children's book anyway, so let me find it here.
Yeah, it's just to keep her occupied, to keep her away from all the other parchment.
Okay, I will drop that right into Tiny's inventory.
Yay, a book
There you go.
about gods. Yay. It's a religious book.
Thank you.
I like it.
So I will say, Stevie, depending on which one you bought, it would have done it. But since you bought all of them as well, since you got all those books, any kind of perception checks involving a dragon or history checks involving dragons or anything that kind of stuff, you get advantage on by having all those books.
I feel like I already have that from my.
I don't think you don't have advantage. You have a
No.
plus to it.
Did you take favorite enemy or favorite foe?
It's favorite enemy.
Yeah, favorite enemy, you already have advantage.
Already
When
gives
it
you
comes to
advantage.
dragon related checks.
Okay, well, you can add a 1d4 onto it.
Cool.
Permanent guidance.
Hey.
If you still fuck it up, I'm disappointed.
Right. And it's only about, like, not in all, just dragon stuff.
Oh no! So it is only survival checks to track and intelligence checks to recall information about them. Perception checks, I don't think count for that.
Gotcha. All right, there you go. So yeah, I was talking about any kind of perception checks involving dragons or the investigations, history, that kind of
Cool.
stuff that Stevie was doing with her knowledge base.
Right,
with
right,
dragons.
right.
So with those, yeah, so disadvantage then, since you don't get that naturally.
Cool. Is Mal here at this point?
Mal's just outside waiting, like, I'm not going in there. Fucking
Okay.
nerds.
So Stevie walks out.
Also,
like
I
her
love that
note.
Oh, and for Thanik too, since you're getting that book about the gods. So if you do, I will say that book does give you, as far as this situation goes, it gives you whatever you can look up about Hoard. You could find that in the book, so you can have that information going forward. Anything involving gods and stuff like that, that you, just like Stevie, you get advantage on the
Like
perception
history check.
Yeah,
Sweet.
religion.
Also, I
Yeah.
love that the actual
religion,
author of that book
advantage on a religion check.
is. I love that the author of that book is Einhorn because all I can think of is Ray Finkel.
Finkel and Einhorn. Finkel and Einhorn. Einhorn. Finkel. Einhorn. Finkel. Anyways, my childhood. So Stevie,
Knowing
like,
you and knowing the fucking bullshit that we've been on, I was honestly like, I had to look up Janelle Einhorn to make sure that was the real name. Because I wasn't sure if it was a Master Roshi bit or not.
So Stevie pays for the books and like immediately starts reading one of them, and like is walking out like with her nose in the book.
Can I have one too? Can I have one?
I already gave you the picture book.
Okay, I'll read that one.
Or did you?
And
Or
about an
did you
hour
want?
has passed, by the way, doing all this, so it's about almost 10 a.m. at this point.
Or Tanya, did you want another book with like information in it about dragons?
I just like looking at the picture. She like climbs up you and like sits
Well-
on your shoulder while you're reading.
Well, this one doesn't have any pictures, but this one does. And
Except for
like,
one of a dragon just eating a guy in half. It's like very gruesome.
like very detailed.
You're like, oh yeah,
Um,
there's no pictures of this one. Next page over, just.
So yeah, if Stevie walks out and sees Mal there, she just like does not even look up from book, just hands him the How to Kiss Better book. just does not look up. Just like, here you go. And continues walking. Yeah.
Speaking of which,
Right.
1 second here. I'm gonna link his token to you
Why?
because Danik can't control his character.
Oh, Thanik's token. I thought you
Yeah,
had
not
Because
Mal.
he no have mouse. Because he dumbed up.
Yeah. So you should be able to now when you walk. Danik should go with you now.
So you just hand Mel the How to Kiss Better book. He's like, the other two are better. The sequels. Like I haven't read them already. Anyway, what do we need to do now? We could go to the Thieves Guild. I did some intel gathering. Sounds like Dockward and all that stuff is kind of sketchy.
Well, I have been told by a shopkeep that we should go to this specific place outside the City of the Dead. So let's there's a specific sign posted that we're supposed to decipher. So Stevie's gonna start walking that direction, which is there.
Mhm.
1.5 miles.
Yeah.
How
a little bit of a
long-ish will
walk.
that take?
Well, we were figuring, the regular leisurely stroll, 10 minute miles.
Cool. So like 15 minutes.
If you were running, you could do, 5-6 minutes. But if you were
No.
strolling,
Not running. Just she's still
we
reading.
got time to burn.
She's still reading.
yeah. So you arrive there, and you see, on because the City of Dead is like a large cemetery and park, so it has like a not a high, but like a low, 5 foot, 5.5 foot stone wall around it with the gates and everything. And there's different symbols and plaques for prominent families. You see one that looks a little bit like it's a rune. Now I'm assuming everybody's with you. So as you're approaching it to look at it, you do see some cloaked people kind of eye you, and they see everyone around you. And as Mal and Danik and Rose try to get closer to where you're going, they kind of step in front of them, and they're like this, and they say very quietly, "If she is looking for the guild, you cannot aid her."
I don't want to get mixed up in any of this bullshit anyway, so that actually like super duper helps because now it's not my decision. I'll stay out here and fucking do your thing.
And after all that, I just realized I linked Mel to Stevie, so now I'm going to have to undo that. I didn't even think about that when I did it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Panic to
You
Stevie?
misunderstand. I am her representative.
Yeah. All right, I unlinked them. I will link them to Mel. So that's what was said. What'd you say? Did Mel say something to them? Is that what you said?
Yeah, Mal's like, oh, you misunderstand. I'm her representative.
Representative or not. I would back away if I were you.
I can respect that. Stevie, good luck. They're going to kill us if we follow. And Mal's going to walk away.
Don't worry, I got this.
Hey, we're going
And
and you're linked
As
basically.
Tiny is on top of the plaque. Let me move her up there. So Tiny's going to go off at them.
is there?
Wait, hold on. No. That's making everybody do it, and I don't know why Tiny clicked it. Why is everybody clicking on this thing? Okay, hold on a second. click on your token, and then click on that. There you go. Nat 20 on the first one. Oh wait,
Nice.
but okay, I don't see it in the chat though.
I got a nat 20.
Yeah,
I don't
but
know why it's not showing in the chat, but I see it on the screen.
Yeah, we all saw it. It lit up nice and pretty.
Yeah, but no, the dice roll. But you gotta when you click on that, it gives you it prompts. Did it prompt you to roll?
Yeah, it prompted,
check?
and I think you canceled it, and then that's why it didn't.
I
show
didn't
up in the
cancel.
chat,
I just
but
deleted it in the chat. But it still should have automatically moved you. Try it again one more time. Click on that. Click on your token first, then click on that plaque.
But I got a nat 20.
It just in this case, it'll take you to the next one regardless, as long as you hit it. The nat 20 doesn't send you anywhere different. So, but click it. I got. Well, you click it and it prompts you to do it. Don't just roll investigation. You got to click on that thing.
What?
There's a little marker right above you.
The little
Yeah,
marker.
no,
There you go.
I saw that.
Right. Now
Okay.
click the
I still
die.
think the nat 20 should count, though.
It-
Roll the fucking nat 20.
It still counts. You get
Right.
in. You're fine.
It counts. What I'm saying is anything above that DC will take you to the next spot. The nat 20 doesn't do anything special for next.
He's saying your nat 20 doesn't matter.
Anyways.
I'll be blunt.
So yeah, so you decipher it, and it gives you the directions, and it brings you to another tablet that you have to decipher to see where it will take you. Okay, you did it to where everybody got it again. Click on your token first, and then click on that.
No, there it is. Okay.
There you go, and you successfully decipher it. Jesus Christ. The fun of this is being destroyed. So you successfully decipher it, and it brings you to another one. And now it's getting a little. This area of town looks a little darker,
A little sketchy.
a little sketchier than where you were previously at. And this one's a little more harder to read. It's a little grimy, the ruin, as you try to figure out what it's telling you. Nat 20.
Dang.
You know, I figured you would fail some of these, and the whole adventure I had planned is gone. But that's okay, because you successfully arrive in this dark
Stevie is
alley.
Stevie is just calling on her criminal youth.
Why is
Like,
Tiny with you? You
I don't
cannot
know.
go with her, Tiny.
Why not? No,
Did
but
you
I
not
was
hear
on
Old.
her
Did-
shoulders.
Didn't you
reading a
hear
book.
the guys that told all of you to step away, and Mal's like, they're going to kill us if we go with her?
Yeah, Mal description. Nope, not dealing with this.
Tiny was in her little fairy on her
Yes.
shoulders.
Don't worry about me, Tiny.
So
If she doesn't come back, we'll find you a new mom.
super sketchy part of town, right? It's in an alley, and you see this kind of back door that's kind of barred, and you see a bunch of, a couple cloaked figures standing near it. And when they see you arrive, they know how you got there, because behind you, you see another one of those cloaked figures that's been following you the entire time. And they point to the door, and they kind of nod to you and tell you to go on in. So let me.
She nods back and heads on in.
All right, let me see, where is it? Here it is. Ha, 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 ha. Get out of my way, calendar. Here we go. So you walk in. And you see this dark area. You see a lot of these, lean-tos that have like little stalls in them, and you see kind of people walking back and forth. All of them are kind of hooded and cloaked, and they all kind of give you sideways glances. You see, the god. I forgot the name of the god, but the god of the thieves, a statue on top of an outcropping of rock that's inside this building, and there's a kind of a opening in the ceiling where the sunlight filters through onto the statue. You see people just kind of milling about, talking to each other in hushed tones, and kind of front and center there, kind of looking at you. You see this tabaxi woman, also cloaked, and she's just kind of looking at you as you walk up.
So before she went in, Stevie would have put her own cloak up.
Mm-hmm.
And so if this tabaxi was looking at her, Stevie would go up and... I seem to have found myself here. I am looking for some
we know
tools
what you're
particular.
looking for. You think we didn't know? She kind of purrs as she talks. Of course we know, darling. I know why you're here. Stephen L.
Well, it seems you know my name. Find myself at a disadvantage. May I know your name?
Why, certainly. People around here just call me Dust. My full tabaxi name would be Secret Dust, but you can just call me Dust.
Well, thank you, Dust. Would you happen to know where I could find these tools that I'm looking for?
She looks at you and she pulls a crate over and places it between you and her. And from inside her cloak, she pulls out a little chest and places it on top of it. You see, not everyone is just allowed to be one of us. You have to prove yourself first. So she wants you to try to unlock the box. So if you click on it, you should prompt a check.
Where's the box? I don't see the box.
Right,
but there's
right
the box.
in front. Yeah.
Sleight of hand.
You open the box successfully. She's like, very good. Very good. And she kind of just takes it off to the side. And from under her cloak, she pulls out a little bit of a bigger one. You were saying something? And she pulls back before.
I may have a bit of a checkered youth. Let's see what else you got.
Don't get ahead of yourself, dear. And she puts it down in front of you. Try this one.
All right, where is it? I don't see it. I don't see it.
It's in there. It's right there. It was kitty corner, the last one. It's right next to the statue. Right there.
Where? That? Oh, there it is.
Yeah. It's a dimly lit area. Nat 20! And she just starts clapping. She's like, wonderful!
I just get it open and
Another nat 20?
Yeah.
Oh,
three.
that's 3.
You're ruining this for yourself later. You're gonna roll that one.
I know. We're gonna get in
I
battle.
know.
You're gonna roll all one.
We're gonna be
Stevie
in battle.
is going to fuller it up for a couple episodes.
Wonderful, wonderful,
Golden fish going on over
absolutely
here.
amazing. And she's saying all this, and you notice that she's there is sincerity, but also a bit of sarcasm in her voice as she says this. And she while she's saying that, she grabs that box, and she's still looking at you the entire time, and just pushes it off to the side as she's talking. And then she turns around, and you hear a grunt, and she and pulls out this big chest, slams it on top of the box in front of you. Try this one.
Well, it's been a while since I've handled something this big, but we'll see.
So as you go to unlock that one, it seems a little difficult. It's a little challenging, and Dust is just kind of looking at you. Her eyes are like kind of narrowing as you're doing it, and you think you're about to hear a click, but just as you go to turn it, the bands of the chest are on the lock. You see them clamp down on you, and the spikes grab your hand and do 1d4 damage as they bite into your hand and then release.
Should I 1d4 that, or are you gonna 1d4?
I'll do it. Maybe you should do it. 4 points of damage as it bites into your hands, causes little, 4 little pinpricks in the back of your hand.
Oh,
Oh,
well, this chest has some bites.
that was just amazing. This is a cool little chest, isn't it?
It's quite a little accomplishment. Who made this chest?
No, don't you mind. But you're free to try again if you like.
I don't mind if I do. Let's see if I can figure this one out.
And it opens. And you see the dust kind of like, all right. You opened it. Are you proud of yourself?
I mean, just a little bit.
I am too. I'm kidding. And as it opens, you see a pouch sitting right there inside of the chest that you should be able to item pile it and take it.
Take.
And inside the purple pouch, you see a set of thieves' tools.
Thanks for making it purple, Lunga.
You're welcome. You would only had 2 more chances, and then you would have had to pay a hefty price for them because you at least did get to the third chest. But since you opened it, you get the child.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate this. We're actually using this for somewhat good purposes.
Purposes, smirchables. We use them for whatever we need to, dearie.
Well, I certainly can't judge you for that. Thank you very much. I need to get back to my party.
Certainly, you can go. If you
So
tell
Stevie
your friends
will.
where this place is, we'll know. So I would keep that to yourself.
Oh, they won't find out anything, especially not the tiefling. And she's gonna toss this Khajiit lookalike 1 gold piece.
Well, thank you so much. And without even saying anything to you, she grabs it and then flicks it back to one of the more shabbily dressed people behind her. Honor among thieves. And she just kind of gives it to one of them behind her. So you're going to walk out?
Yep.
Okay. Let's bring you back into Waterdeep. That was supposed to last a little bit longer, but you aced every roll trying to find it. But that's fine. The dice are the dice. Okay.
How
So
long
you're
did
back
that?
outside.
How long did that take?
I would say each tablet trip was about 15 minutes. So she did 1, 2, 3. So that was about 45 minutes. So
Plus
it's
another
10
15 maybe
minutes
for
inside, yeah.
for
So an hour. So it's about 10:45 in the morning now, and will the calendar let me do it? There we go.
The entire time, Mal's been talking to Bannock about Hoard, just like, oh, it's a goddess of love and fertility. Trying to bullshit him, even though he's got the encyclopedia, and he probably knows bullshit.
I've not opened this new volume of mine just yet, but based on the way that I was, what do they say? Shat on yesterday. I don't think that there was any love or kindness that came with that. Besides, Kismet didn't tell me, it was just Hoard. Besides, we already said that I think it was a god of vengeance, and that seems more apropos.
Kismet said the Doombringer, or she knows it Hoard.
Oh yeah, that's right. So it was Mal that said vengeance. So I don't think
No,
anyone.
Mal never said vengeance, but
Yeah, you did.
No, Mal would have bullshitted that right away. He knows what it is. He's not going to tell you shit.
Then if that's the case, then I would say I believe Kismet called Hoard the Doombringer. Doesn't seem very loving and kind.
Hey, some would call death a swift love.
I don't think anyone's ever said that, ever, actually, except for you just now.
Hey, say it to the next person you shit on.
You know, I might. Just to prove you wrong. If I'm going to get shit on, at least I should get something out of it, right?
I'm not gonna lie. I thought you'd be done by now. This is taking a long ass time.
I will talk all day, especially about gods.
Tell me your philosophies on life. We started that conversation before, and then we'll start the Malphatic training montage.
We'll fade that conversation to black because I feel like I need to mentally prepare for your philosophies better before we
Mal and
actually have a
Thaddeuk discussing philosophies of
it.
life.
Mickey walks out of the building and you just go, "That is absolutely abhorrent, really. Where you came up with that is beyond me."
That is egregiously wrong.
So wait a minute. So what you're telling me is based on your opinion, Finkel is Einhorn?
Of course. Stevie, took you long enough. We've been here for hours. We gotta go meet with a gauntlet.
We still got a while till we should. Mid-afternoon is when they said, so like 1 o'clock.
It's 6
Like,
p.m.
it's not even noon yet. It's not
as
even
far as
noon
doing
yet.
stuff, if you want to, there is the woodworking shop down there too, Danik as well. If he was thinking about looking at that.
Yeah, I forgot about that because I came up with that idea before I got shit in my mouth. So I honestly, I don't know how interested he's going to be in that right this instant because he's got his big god book.
Yeah, that's fine. I was letting you know that it is there. So if you do,
I think it's probably like I think we've done our shopping and we should probably go meet with Kismet.
yeah,
Just hanging out.
so it's only an hour. So if you guys want, you can just say that you kind of just explore the city for an hour.
Just meandered.
Yeah. As you get closer, so we get to about noontime, and you arrive at the Order to Gauntlet. You see 2 guards outside, and they do recognize you immediately because they were told to look out for you guys for your arrival.
And also, I
so
slept outside the building.
It's just 2. It's a grand building. It looks quite old. It's a stone fortified kind of fortress looking kind of building. Heavy double oaken doors in the front, and you see these 2 guards. Each of them grabs one of them and opens them up for you to allow you entry into the hallway of the building. I don't have a scene for this, so this is just theater to mind here at this point.
Oh no. If we're about to get into the meat of what we're doing today, I would request a potty break.
Yeah, we can take an intermission. We can do an intermission, and let's take a
Sorry, Sophie.
pee break.
Only for Sophie. I don't even have to
We
pee.
will be back. back.
Oh,
Are we? Wow.
Yes.
are we? I don't fucking know.
I'm gonna stab.
Yeah,
that.
YouTube's like I said, it's been
You're gonna
You just stab
Stab
Thanak. Look, you've done enough.
like not
of
normally the couple second delay. It's like 2-3 minute delay for some reason, and I don't know why.
Yeah, no, I'm on Twitch and YouTube, and the delays have been way longer than I
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, and I'm not sure why. I haven't changed any of my settings, so that shouldn't be the reason. But whatever. YouTube's YouTube.
Too much porn.
I don't know. But yeah, so you guys walk
Sorry,
into
guys.
the.
It's my fault.
You guys walk into the fortress ordinarium. I don't know, that's the best name I can come up with it. As you guys walk in, and it's quite grand in there. It's parquet floors. You see, mahogany woodwork everywhere. You see ornamental marble statues, gilded statues, armor and stuff like that. As you walk in, it's very ornate, I guess you could say. And there's a couple knights as they see like, thank you, you have arrived, and just please follow me, and we will take you to the Great Hall to meet our representative here in Waterdeep. And they lead you down a few corridors, and another pair of double doors. There's guards there, and it's the one guard is leading you, looks at both of them, they nod, and they open the doors for you guys and usher you in, and you see a large round table, a wooden table, that's also highly polished to a sheen, and chairs around it as well. He's like, please have a seat. The head of our order here will meet you in a moment.
Stevie kind of takes a chair out and just stands at the table where the chair is, would have been.
You see a few pages come in, and they're bringing in goblets. They're bringing in a few pitchers, of chilled water, a pitcher of some wine as well, and they place it on the table with some hand towels as well.
Thank you.
Mal sits down and gets a glass of water.
Yeah, Stevie grabs water as well. It's not.
Are you all right?
late enough.
As I'm pouring myself wine. What are you doing?
To who?
To Malamos.
I feel like drinking water. Is there something wrong with that?
Oh, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's just a little bit out of character, to be honest with you. Carry on as you feel you need to. I just want to check on my peeps.
I don't know. Doesn't feel right these days.
After about you guys are waiting there about 10-15 minutes or so, you see a door on the opposite side of the room open, and you see a gentleman walk on, very very dashing looking man, blonde hair. He's got handlebar mustaches coming down the sides of his mouth. He looks like to be in his late 30s or so. Our armor's highly polished. You see some emblems and medallions on. You see the Order of the Gauntlet crest on the breastplate as he walks in, and he nods to all of you. A couple pages come with him, and they sit down as well. And he's like, he sits down after. He's like, thank you for coming. We have been waiting for you. We thought we'd be waiting for you much longer, but apparently that was not to be. You guys got here quite earlier than expected. However, let me introduce myself before I continue. And I had his name here. Oh, yes. I am Eralosa Adarbrent. I am the...
Can you spell that somewhere?
Orders. Yeah, I'm going to put it in the chat.
Thank you.
Yes. I am a vindicator of this chapter of the Order of the Gauntlet. So I guess
Vindicator? What's a vindicator? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, that is we have a section of ranks in our order. Vindicators, we're trusted voices within the Order of the Gauntlet, and champions of the Order. However, to maintain its rank, our actions must be in line with the faction to bring honor, glory, and respect to the Order and our gods, as well as ensure fairness on their part.
All right.
I'm gonna put this in the chat for you guys so you can get his name. There it is. It's in the Foundry chat.
All right.
He's like, so yes, again, so why are you not with the caravan? It's still, it is not due here still for quite a few days. We don't expect it to arrive for at least another 2 days. How did you find yourself in Waterdeep so much faster than the caravan?
So, we're following this kobold.
Cobalt.
And I put up the PowerPoint presentation at this point, too. We're following this kobold.
Yes.
Next page. All of a sudden, we come across this mansion, and lo and behold, Blue Dragonborn, there's this douche.
Lenithon! Lenithon the Scourge!
Nope. That's a half dragon, not a dragon. Common mistake. Next page. That's Lenithon.
We've had tried to keep eyes on him.
This
We haven't seen
guy,
him in quite a while.
it's
Where
Davi.
is this? Is that Sycomber?
I think so. I don't fucking remember. Anyway.
There or thereabouts.
And then I go to the epic two dragons fighting scene. That was the kobold we were following, by the way.
Kobold was a brass dragon?
Yes, it's very concerning how we almost killed him at one point, honestly, but that's a different story.
This is...
You're not here.
I've heard... I mean,
Excuse me,
tales of the
I
heroes
think
of
you just fixed me,
Greenest have made it here, obviously, through our network, but it seems like you guys, your tales of your travels keep growing every time you guys make it to another city.
Hey, check this out, though. Next page, it's Fleur and everyone being fried by a lightning breath as we all escape off into a magical portal. And then, next scene, sad death scene. Everyone's sad. And now we're
I will
here.
say it is good that your party has a bard to record these. Do you plan on writing a tome of this? I'm sure history will want to remember these moments.
Yes, of course. It's going to be Melmoth Delphonstaine's Amazing Adventure with Friends.
Faerun back again. He's like, that is
Right, that
fascinating.
was the Hobbit joke.
I've watched Lord of the Rings. I haven't watched Hobbit yet, guys. Give me a break.
That's a book, Lord of the or the Hobbit
I think they're
joke.
both.
There and Back Again was literally in the opening scene of Fellowship of the Rings.
Oh, yeah,
Hobbit's Tale.
that older Hobbit dude who wrote
Yes, it's
Bilbo.
Bilbo's book. That
Okay.
There and Back Again, a Hobbit's
I
Tale.
kind of put two and two together regardless. I kind of put those together. I wasn't
So
going
good.
to say
We forced you to watch that and under duress very quickly. So it's okay. Details.
I literally supervised him as he was watching Return of the King. Yes.
Anyway, so that's how we got here so early.
But did you make him watch the extended editions? That's the question.
We couldn't. do
No,
that.
no,
Very
I was not
obvious.
that mean.
Oh, see, you failed. You had to show the extended editions.
You see, you got to get them hooked with the normal versions and then get them on the extended edition.
They failed to peer pressure me, though.
Yeah, well, Marie has not. As many times as I've watched it with my daughter alone, she has never actually watched it all. She's been in the room, but she's never watched it all.
Yeah, that would require taking my phone away. And that's just too mean.
But anyway, back on track here. So Arilosa looks at you, he's like, that is fascinating. So it would appear then we have struck in a blow to the cult with the loss of Lenithon the Scourge. Was he dispatched in this battle?
I don't know if he's dead.
I wouldn't call that 100%. It's a possibility. I wouldn't call that 100%.
Frulum is dead. I killed her.
Frulum Mondoth is also gone.
Oh,
I
yes,
mean,
yes. Watch
this
this. And
is-
it's going to be her dead with Stevie just deranged looking at her eyes with a hand axe.
The dragon mark glowing.
Yes.
This is good news indeed. I will pass this along to the other members of the order. This is fascinating news indeed. Well, unfortunately, you must then wait here, at least for another few days, until the caravan arrives. There are still a few things that have to be done as far as other things. We do know, as you have seen and passed the information on, that Resmir did indeed move up ahead of the caravan. In Waterdeep, around the northern gate, they were asked if anyone matching Resmir's description had been seen, and they did hear rumors of a half-dragon being sighted in the area about 10 days ago, or a little bit less. Other than that, we don't know much more. Rezmir may have moved on. We haven't had any sightings of her in Waterdeep since then. And the rumors can't be confirmed 100%. However, from the rumors that we do have, it looks like they are moving north. The information you have also passed on, I guess the Mirror of the Dead Men seems to be a location that they are traveling with. So the road that connects Waterdeep to Neverwinter does lead in that direction. So I would say wait here a few more days until the caravan arrives. See what their movements are, and then follow them if they are indeed moving in that direction. But before we do that, we must, he looks at one of his pages and he snaps, and his pages runs out and he comes back again, and he brings him a little chest. And he opens it up, and he pulls out he pulls out pouches, 4 pouches, and he hands it to each of you. He's like, this should help supply you for the rest of your journey. As you open the pouches and look, you see it's 100 gold pieces each, so each can add 100 gold pieces to your inventory. Except for
Fucking Mickey.
Don't even put your hands up, woman. Okay. You were rich already, and then you won a tournament for 500 gold. You're fine.
I need 1,000 gold, though. I'm 200 gold away.
Mal find out he's inherited a fortune, and he doesn't have as much money as you have on him. So, but anyway, he's like, so this should hopefully help provide for you on rest away, since you're no longer being paid as members of the caravan. However, there will be probably most likely other ways for you to head northwards, if indeed that's where they're going. Unlike the caravan, we do though have wagon escorts at supply warehouses. So they don't hire individual wagon masters, but the High Road Charter Company, it's a consortium of guilds and noble houses partnered with the Lord of Never Remember, do send supplies north to Neverwinter, especially with the rebuilding of the city that is happening. So you might be able to charter some work with the High Road Charter Company to head up there. We will give you more information as it comes. However, one other thing. Things are moving at a fast pace now. And while this is not to say we do not trust the heroes of Greenest, we feel you may need more help because things may get more dire as it does. And he looks back. He's like, please come.
The only thing I'll say before this continues and Kismet gets a chance to get involved, when he says please come and Kismet walks to the door, you just see Thanak like fangirl. He just goes,
I was waiting for the moment Bernard walks through the door.
And Arilosa's looking at you, and he's looking back over his shoulder. He looks at you. He's like, do you know each other?
oh, we've met. We have met.
Teeny.
She kicked his ass.
Teeny's like,
He did. It was great.
He's in love.
Kismet,
He's in love.
what are you doing fighting people in the city?
It was a championship. I won.
Oh, you did not enter that tournament.
I got 500
did,
gold
didn't you?
for it.
You're correct. She didn't enter it. She entered it and conquered it.
Tell
It
me
was
you did not
glorious.
wear your Order of the Gauntlet armor in that arena.
You may have.
We're going to have a talk when you return, because this
For another one.
yes, another one.
I won.
It's irrelevant, madam. Irrelevant. But yes, Kismet
Stevie
will be joining.
Stevie leans into Thanik and like, I like her. Can we keep her?
It looks like we're about to be able to keep her, and I'm very excited about it.
Mel is
Shiny
very
boy.
confused seeing Thanik actually smiles like, I haven't seen that before, I'm concerned.
Well, I guess there's no need for introductions, except for you. She nods at the tiefling.
Melmo Stelfontaine, pleasure to meet you.
Tiny.
Yes, I do know you.
Leave us.
And Arilosa looks back again, and he looks, he's like, You fought the fairy? She's barely 2 foot tall.
She entered the
2.5.
competition.
I am a big.
Yes, sweetie, you're very big.
Don't lie to her.
I
She's
didn't
tiny.
choose who I
Her
fought.
name is literally
We are
tiny.
the Order is supposed to be defenders of the little people, figuratively and I guess apparently literally. But you,
I am 2.5
Fucker.
feet.
It was don't worry about it. It was entirely voluntary, and Tiny was well compensated with free pancakes for
There
the
was
entire week that we're
consent.
here.
Look at
I'm
So-
sure in your world it is perfectly normal. However, the Order does have standards and oaths. They are supposed to upkeep. But
I
we
am
will have
big.
that
I am
we will have that
2.5
discussion at a later time.
I am fully grown. Call me little.
Fairy says she's fully grown.
I'm sorry, did I hear you say something? I couldn't hear you down there.
I'm 19.
I thought you were 18 last time we talked. Did you have a birthday and I didn't know?
Shh. Shh. Go with it. Shh.
Oh, she's definitely 5 years old.
Shh. Shh. Go with it.
At any rate, so the city is yours for the next 2 days. We will send word to Kismet if we see the caravan arrive, and let you know what will happen then.
Question. So you're sending Kismet with us? Is that? Am I to understand that?
Yes, yes,
Oh!
Kismet will be joining you.
Perfect. That would be lovely.
I thought I said that. Did I not? Did I not say that?
No, you definitely did. I'm sorry, my friend here's been drinking.
I got a little distracted by the aura coming off of Kismet. I got a little distracted.
Someone
I
called
get
that
that
an
a
aura
lot.
of protection.
Aura. Jeez. What have you done to enchant these people?
I've done nothing. All my spells are a curse more than enchantment. That's not me.
But at any rate, you will be able to stay here for lodging for the next 2 days, so you won't have to worry about lodging. We will offer you room and board here until
thank
they
you.
arrive.
You know, I like Waterdeep. It seems like everywhere we go, they offer us free meals and free board.
Well, I mean, you're doing a service for us as far as fighting the cult, so we would be remiss if we did not at least house and feed you during your time.
Oh no, the offer is not seen without any
Wait,
sort
are
of
we getting
appreciation.
pancakes?
Oh no, but anytime we want pancakes, we can just go back to that tavern, and we
Ooh,
can get free pancakes anytime.
Syrup. Yes.
Yes, with
Now,
plenty of syrup.
a more legitimate question, I think, is that you've said that we're to wait until the caravan arrives. Is there any sort of
Yes.
preparation that we can take these few days as an advantage for us, whether it be preparing the city or preparing ourselves, or is it really just making sure that we have our contracts lined out with the higher low?
Yes. I mean, I would definitely say, tomorrow, make your. Or I mean, I wouldn't say tomorrow. It's best to wait until the caravan arrives to make sure before you acquire a contract with the High Road Charter Company. Because if they decide to go a different way, or our intel is incorrect, we would have wasted much time with you getting those charters. But I would wait until they arrive to do that. In the meantime, I mean, just take care of yourselves. Work out, spar, if you will. Our facilities are at your disposal. That's all I can really think of that you can do to prepare for the journey forward.
Yes, it seems to be our remaining information was that there would be a stop at Waterdeep, and that would be the extent, maybe not necessarily the extent of the journey, but the path forward based on our intel is no better. So, if that's all you have as well, then that's what we'll do.
Oh, yes, that's about it. I would just say, while you're in the city, while Waterdeep, as my hometown, I would say I'm quite proud of our city. It's a very noble city, very, very good city. But all large cities have their less than desirable citizens and areas. I would try to stay away from the southern ward and the dock ward if I were you, just in case there's some seedy individuals down there. But other than that, make your way. There's lots of sights to see in the city. There are the walking statues of Waterdeep, which are marked all over the map. They're large. I'm sure you can see them from the skyline as you walk around. Large statues, stuff like the Sword Maiden and the God Catcher and the Lady Dreaming. They're all over the city. Much to see in the city of Waterdeep, sightseeing wise.
Sure.
And our shops, of course. We have plenty of shops.
So
But I will
sounds
say
like
this
the
at this
plan is
point.
to hurry up and wait.
That is literally all I had planned for today because
I have some more RP stuff I can do.
Yeah, like
yes,
we get our team.
that's what I was going to tell you guys. If you guys want to RP, I have no problem sitting back here and listening
I
to
have
some good
RP.
So you guys can do whatever you want. But as far as going somewhere and needing an NPC to talk to, I can come up with something. But other than that, I have no more story stuff.
Fair enough. So Stevie, like as we're kind of like dismissed from this, we'll turn to Kismet and like.
Does
What?
I'm sorry. Does Arlosa leave?
Yeah, he does. He's like, oh, but
Is he just like a human guy, by the way?
Yeah. He's just a human man. He's about 6'1", blonde, handlebar mustaches,
Yeah.
knightly.
So, Kismet, would you mind going on a walk about the city with me?
Sure. Are your companions coming with? I assume.
Stevie glares at them and says, "No, I think they're gonna stay back.
Can I come? Can I come?
Why don't you stay with Thanik and see if he can use a little more healing from the match yesterday."
Okay.
I mean, I long rested, but if you need some time, then I'm sure we can find things to do.
Yeah,
I
I
you
think
haven't polished your armor today, right?
I haven't polished my armor. I left my polish back at the hotel station.
Here, I grabbed it.
Yeah.
You need it.
So Stevie kind of leads Kismet out, and that was quite amazing how you defeated Thanik so quickly. I have never
Why
seen.
is that the
anything like
first
that.
thing you talk about? Why is it the first thing you
You're
talk
not here.
about?
Leave.
Because it
About
fucking
anything
happened.
else, Thanik.
She did walk
Fucking
away.
happened.
It's
This
on, you're
this
right.
was you were not there. We were outside.
Yes.
Anyways,
You're
that
right.
was
you're
was
right.
quite amazing. How did you do that?
Talent? I guess.
Fucking luck.
Got skills, yo.
Was that would you call that talent or skill? Because talent to me is more of an innate thing. Skill is more practiced.
A little both.
All right. Where does that wonderful like there was this light that I saw whenever you hit Thanik. Like what was that?
Well, you spend long enough worshiping one guy, and he gives you some pretty cool things.
Really? Oh, that is fascinating. Yeah, that is really interesting. And so like in my brain, this is literally like two like Regency era stuff where like two women are just like taking a walk about the room. Like this is what is happening
Are
right
you arm in
now.
arm?
Yeah, no, literally like
Then
arm
say
in
hi.
arm, just like just
Why am I picturing the garden in Game of Thrones?
because I haven't seen Game of Thrones.
What?
I have seen 0 episodes of Game of Thrones, and I intend to keep it that way. Because I'm stubborn and do not succumb to peer pressure.
It's just good.
Didn't you just say you
As
peer
you
pressured
force
someone
Mel
into-
to watch, it forced Brent
Yeah.
to watch Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I don't succumb to peer pressure.
My name is Bryce, guys.
But I
not Brent.
provide it. Bryce. I don't know why I said Brent.
So I do not succumb to peer pressure, but I provide a good fair share. Anyways,
Yes, it's I guess a good way to describe me is a holy warrior of sorts.
all right. See, that is really interesting to me. I've never really subscribed to any particular religion. I mean, I know obviously there are gods. We see evidence of it every day. But I
It's definitely not for everyone.
yeah, and that's like amazing that you can do that. That's just really fascinating. I my interest is in dragons. I've long dedicated my life to studying dragons, and it's just that's kind of been my focus, and that's just really interesting to hear that people can get such incredible power other ways.
Yes, I mean, I've it's good to hear someone so well trained in dragons doing what you're doing. Glad to join. I've heard the phrase and what's been happening, and I've been finally put into the fray of it all. So I'm excited to see where that leads. Interesting party you have along with you.
Interesting, yes. That's one word for it. Thanek is good people. Mal means well.
Tell me, is Thanek usually that obsessive?
I've never seen that. I've never seen him that way. It's really.
He slept outside of our building last night.
Yeah, he told me that, and I told him
who my god was. That was weird.
I know. I told him that too.
Yeah.
I told him maybe don't do that. We'll see. I've never seen him quite so interested in someone this way.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's.
Well, I'm excited to get to know the lot of y'all.
Yeah, so don't just the tiefling will probably try to throw pebbles at you. Just with the metal armor. He likes the noise apparently. I don't know. Just ignore it. I apologize.
If he dents my armor, I will break him like a stick.
I'll make him fix it. Don't worry.
Yeah. I mean, I am excited to see what your abilities are. It was unfortunate to watch you get charmed over and over and over again.
That was.
So I mean,
you see, I had enough of that. Mal tends to do charming things. Oh no, where did Sophie go?
Ah,
$5 his computer died.
in the meantime, Mel
I mean-
and Thanek and Tiny outside the Order to Gauntlet.
Thanek is currently teaching Mal how polish works. Because he's trying to put on his new instrument.
It's sort of like it requires a very even wear over the entire armor, and especially when you wear armor like mine with all the sort of the decorative sort of ridges and these sorts of things, it can be very difficult to not have the polish sort of gunk up in the ridges, so it requires a very practiced hand.
You know what, Thanek? At points, I think you're one of the most boring, meat-headed, large, dim-witted men I've ever met. And then you show me some wisdom.
You know, I will consent to almost all of those things, except for dim-witted. I don't think I've ever shown you a dim-witted side of me before.
You slept in front of a person you just met.
Was that dim-witted, or was that
poor decision making?
academically obsessive?
There's books. You literally went to the bookstore.
There
this
are
morning.
books, but guess what? I went through the litany of gods that I knew, and none of them were correct. I've never heard of Hoard before, so it was worth the time. I slept outside
Mal's
of
heard
their
of a whore.
establishment. I slept outside of their establishment, and I found out new information because of it. Maybe I would have through other means, but you've been traveling with me for quite some time. No one's quite, not even Cyanrath really has quite done to me what Kismet did to me yesterday. So it was of the utmost importance that I understood where and why that happened. Not only from an academic perspective, I do like learning about gods, but also, shit, I got murked.
I
And it was worth
apologize.
discovering why.
My power went out for like 5 seconds and then it came back.
We picked up with the other side, RPing, so it's good. We're all good.
We were talking about Mal was insulting Thanik. It was a good time.
You may be the
I was
most
like-
dim-witted person I've ever met. Me being Mal.
Anyway, before we continue that, you guys finish your up.
Yeah, so maybe save your judgment till you get to know everyone.
There's always room to learn,
They all mean well.
but covers have been seen.
If you need to, smack Mal around a bit, I won't blame you.
Boys Mal.
I actually think he kind of likes it.
One elven paladin joins the party, and she's literally splintering you all to like compete for her affection.
Mal's not competing.
Not yet.
Mal's got his own thing he's gonna do after you guys are done.
Interesting.
You guys might not know.
Terrifying.
By this point, I assume Kismet and Stevie are
Yeah.
like circling back to
We'll walk
the
back.
monastery, whatever.
It's not.
Fortress.
Whatever. Fortress, whatever the
Fortress.
hell
They're
it is.
not
Monasteries are for
Or
peace.
Fortress
fortresses
Ordania.
are for war. Hey, Thanik, your girlfriend's back.
Well, garrison. I mean, yeah, that's where the paladins would garrison at as a fortress. I mean, some would use a temple as well, depending on the order, but yeah.
Yeah,
Like the
we'll
ones
circle
that
back.
Thanik met in Daggerford.
They were
Yeah.
rude.
Did you guys have more?
We just finished talking about Hoard. One thing Mal would say to Thanik before they get back. You got that book about those gods, correct?
I do.
Have you had a chance to actually look into what Hoard is?
You've literally been with me the entire time, and I've not cracked it open, so you would know that I have not. But that is, I'm going to start my reading this evening. I didn't realize that it would be in the company of Kismet, so that's mildly embarrassing. But I plan on opening it this evening. Why? Why do you ask?
Oh, just something to be wary of. I don't know a lot about Hoard, but it's something vengeance-based, so keep an eye on that.
There's something about the name Doombringer that also coincides with the fact that Kismet is in the Order of the Gauntlet, which, without reading anything to this point, seems to mean that there's no way that the Doombringer would be evil in any sort of way, which is beneficial to my understanding, because I'm not sure if you can tell, but I'm a generally honorable human being, Goliath being, and wouldn't vibe with anything that's neutral. But there is something about Doombringer that I don't know, to be quite honest. I don't know how that's going to. I don't know what that's going to read like. But that makes it more interesting on the outset.
Just making sure you're aware of that. It's a good read.
It's a good read. You've read it before.
No, I've heard of it. I skimmed it.
Oh, okay. That makes way more sense.
Opens door.
Oh, hello!
Oh,
Hello.
so obvious. Well, go on,
What if,
Thad. You've been wanting to talk to her.
Oh, I don't have anything to say at the moment. We did say that it'd be interesting to see if our paths crossed. It looks like it was destined to the entire time. Welcome to our party.
Fate has an interesting way of bringing people together.
Fate. Ooh, I have many things to say about fate that I won't bore you with right now. Indeed.
That means fate.
Can somebody gift Thanik a little set of reader glasses to put at the end of his nose when he's reading the book?
Mal minor illusions module.
So are you aware of this cult of the Dragon Queen? Or is this the first you've learned of it?
I was briefed.
Oh, as far as background, Kismet, just the Order would have briefed you on everything that they know and everything.
I was just about to say that. They briefed me right before this meeting of yours. And I've heard the rumors and the tells and the stories of what they've done among people. So it's exciting to get first-hand experience and finally being put in the field again.
Sure. The only sort of advice with us being for having first-hand experience, of course, is that it seems to be that they rely more on numbers than they do on individual prowess. With a few exceptions, of course, most of whom have been dispatched by our party. So at this stage, we've met in hand-to-hand, one versus one combat. I hope you're also as adept at working with multiple numbers, because again, it seems to be that it's more of a problem that there are so many of them, and no one wants to raise an army against them.
Well, I definitely have my abilities that will be beneficial to a group of people.
Of that I can most certainly believe.
So, do we want to talk over a drink? Tell me about you guys.
You most certainly can. I'll sort of raise my hand to towards the bartender.
We cut into a bar.
Yes, suddenly.
We're back at. I think we all walked back. You and me and Tiny would have walked back to where we were staying.
We're staying at the Lord of the Gauntlet now.
No, when you guys come back, also it's like, let's get a drink. Scene cut. We're at a drink.
At a bar.
We are now at the free drink place because all of us get free drinks.
Instead, that was fun.
Free drink place, yeah. Yeah.
Yes, you guys do go there. And
Malamos, I think you should go first. Kismet seems to know the least about you, and that will make for a great time.
I asked first.
Well, what else could I say about myself? I'm dashing, I'm handsome. I'm the heir to a wealthy family from Baldur's Gate.
Oh, yeah. Have you heard anything about your mom, Mal?
Nothing yet.
Have I heard of the Delfontaines before?
She's probably dead at this point.
I mean, the name is kind of known, but being up in Waterdeep, I would have to have a check, most likely.
Because I am 435 years old.
Yeah, but
I've lived longer than the
Baldur's
Delfontaine
Gate with the nobles down there. You know, you may not have been there.
Okay. What,
but I will say, let me see.
What's that check? What can I make?
History.
History. Okay. I gotta reload it. I kind of died for a second. I'm coming though. That was weird. I really don't know why my power went out. It was almost scary.
I mean, you live in
Purge.
A state that has brownouts frequently, don't you? I mean,
not like that. It was weird.
Do you know that Delfontaines? We'll find out next time.
I'm coming. Damn. Give me a second.
1, 2.
I'll break you.
You can break Mel.
I can
and
break you.
do have. Maybe you do have work tomorrow. It's 11:30.
I do. I am exhausted. I think
Okay.
I'm going to
Yeah,
cut
go to
out.
bed,
I
honey.
think Penny's
Go
going
to
to go
bed.
to sleep.
Well,
Stevie's
You're going to sleep.
back.
She doesn't have to go to
Yeah.
sleep. She could just be.
I
She could
think
just be on her
she's gonna
back,
go to
just
sleep.
reading her picture book.
All right, night, guys.
Night
See
two.
you,
Night.
friend.
We're on that sweet,
History,
sweet
you said. There we go.
Yes.
I gotta see this roll. Because realistically, you might know more about them than I will.
Ooh.
That's a straight 18.
Ooh, yeah. I would say you would know. You spent some time in Baldur's Gate, working for the Order, and you knew of the Delfontaines. You know, they are a bit of a snobbish sort, and have a lot of wealth. You wouldn't know anything about his particular parents and the drama that happened with the child. You wouldn't know that information.
Yeah, would I figure it's weird with a tiefling walking around? with
Yes,
Delphine
that you
name?
would, because they're all human.
Okay.
Right.
Interesting. All right.
And then it sounds like you've already talked to these two about it.
I would
So-
say Thanik talked to me. I would. But me and CB did have a lovely conversation. Yes. Is that all of your character traits, or do you like actually have a personality other than your looks?
Wow.
Not impressed. Not impressed.
I'm not gonna lie, you hurt me personally. Oh, shit.
Emotional damage.
You got Mal and Bryce in one fucking sentence. Shit.
You fucking flock shot that and hit two people. Woo!
Is Mala people though?
That was a person. That was my
Wow,
person.
she's de-peopling you.
Peopling Mal, who is
Well.
a fake people.
If you want to know more about it, I used to cut, rob, mug people, take their shit, and then make a life of that. And was beat the shit by someone similar to you at one point that put me on a more righteous path.
Understandable. Everyone has their past.
Whew, cut me.
Foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing.
Does Kismet have a past?
I don't know. What do you think happens in 435 years?
Not much. You just spend time at the bookstore. It's that character creation slider. Nothing much happens in that period. That's more about me. In fact, Danik, have you shared anything about the Thuna Colossi yet?
No, and I don't think I will. I don't think I will today. That's a very long story. I think the only things to really know about me at this particular point are usually what happened yesterday doesn't happen, and that
I usually perform at a much higher.
you know
level.
That's what they all say.
This
For the
doesn't
most
usually
part,
happen.
I've spent the better part of the last 25 years as a bodyguard, and somehow accidentally fell into this group and found umbrance with the Hoard of the Dragon Queen, and this is all I can think about. This is some really. I know you've been briefed on these sorts of things, but I do have to say, having firsthand experience with this horde, with Lenathon, with some of the higher tiers of this group,
Faerun was
this
little
will
bitch.
be this will be no easy task. You seem to be the kind of person that is prepared, whether that be divinely or otherwise, for these sorts of excursions. But we've had it's been a long road over the last few weeks to get to where we are now.
How long
This is
have
nothing to
you
mess about with.
known each other?
Maybe 2 months.
We
Three?
can pull up the calendar.
I think it's been.
Where is
two.
the calendar?
He's about right.
Yeah, he's pretty damn close. 2 months is a lifelong bond.
In my experience with protecting individuals and some of the other, we'll say, things I've gotten into, as you said, everyone has a past. This has been probably the most harrowing 2 months that we've been a part of.
Ever?
I mean, close. There have been a couple of instances in my own past that have been worse, I think. But since I've moved on past that, it's been pretty rough. I won't lie to you.
Yeah, it's literally almost exactly 2 months. It's 2 months and a day.
It's weird.
months
The one
since
guy who
the,
doesn't have access to the calendar is
Yeah,
fucking
the
right.
attack. The
dude.
attack on Greenest was 2 months ago on the 7th.
Real quick,
Yeah.
just for all of you. So I hope you are truly and well prepared. We're happy to have you as part of our little group, but it won't be an easy road. I can tell you that.
I appreciate the warning, and I'm looking forward. Do you guys ever battle plan or strategize?
Attempt to.
Sometimes.
This very strange thing happens to us where we go in with a plan and then it immediately is ruined. So
That generally is what happens.
I think it's safe to say that we plan for our battles, and there is a certain element of strategy that goes into many things. They're just almost always wrong, and we somehow are still here. So
There was this
Works out
amazing
for us,
plan
I
we
think.
had once with Fizz. He was a great guy. You might meet him at some point. I don't know. Where we just completely wiped some people.
Kismet would know about Thanik being thrashed initially by Cyanrath in Greenest.
well, that's fucking rude, is what that is.
but she also would know that he defeated him later, so she would know both.
That's less rude.
It's still funny.
Background knowledge. Okay.
You know everything we know.
Everything.
Everything
Yeah.
that we've
They
told
briefed you.
the cult.
Right.
You
No,
even
yeah.
know about the
or-
change
the order. I mean, you guys pretty
the
much
change-
told everything of the order, but
I
yeah, like
know
those
about
little
the
things
change-
like the changeling things that the order doesn't know about, but all the main events of battling the cult, the order would.
Do
know,
they
'cause
know
were
about
part of
the beach episode or the strip
No.
club episode?
that. No, that they don't know
Boo.
of. That doesn't involve the
yet.
cult
I'll
necessarily,
brief
but
them
no.
on that.
Not yet.
Anything that involves
sure it'll
the
come
cult and battling and dealing with the cult, she would know about.
Well, the beach episode kind of had to do with that because we got the dragon eggs and set them to.
Yeah, but no one from the cult went to Roshi's Island. Only you guys did.
Yeah, and we told them.
No,
Well,
we
did
didn't.
you Cassian, but I don't think-
mean,
I don't
you told
think
them about the
Kismet
dragon
and
eggs. I
Cassian
don't
have been-
remember if you told them about the island. You might.
I think we
have,
said we
but I
took
don't
care of
remember.
them.
I think we all very embarrassingly did not talk about the island.
Mal did. He was proud. The birth of Mommy Stevie occurred on that island. That was great.
You also managed to ride on her back.
Hey, Mal got drunk. Things happen.
I don't know. You rode on her back, and then you rode on her something a little while later.
Hey.
I think it was
Where's
the
that
other
go?
way, actually. But
Oh!
I
6
mean,
months-
we've already
Anyway.
established
6 months are
that
gross.
mine is biggest, so.
We are not going into that conversation again. We're going to leave that where it's at.
anyway, other only fair is fair. What would you guys like to know?
How many people have you killed?
Too many to count.
That's concerning.
You've been traveling with me this entire time. Why is that concerning?
You're not religious.
That's even
Well-
scarier, depending on your thoughts on the matter.
Malamos, when you fight in multiple wars, you stop counting after a while.
I mean, she is like 4 times as old as I am, so.
You're old.
Did she ever give?
And
Did
you?
she give you guys her age? I know she said she
No.
was
She
older
told-
than
she
you.
told
All she
Stevie.
said to Stevie, "I'm older than you." That's not. Yeah.
I
in our
didn't-
in our little
Sophie
walkabout,
went.
didn't you?
Sophie
Oh,
said.
that one.
Oh.
Never mind.
So basically, quit metagaming, you fuck.
You don't look old.
And you, Malamos, are a child.
I mean, I've been telling him that for a while now.
Emotional damage is just coming off him.
So
You
I
just
think
don't know a good
I think my question is, how long have you been following Hoard? You seem rather devoted based on the power that you have access to. Is that a somewhat recent finding of yours in terms of divinity?
Recent in what terms?
Recent in however old you are. Have you been following Hoard since you were a child? Or did you recently discover Hoard and gain access to all of these powers through your skills?
Recently discovered, no. No, not recently discovered. I've known Hoard since I was a child. Devoutness, I would say, has been a bit shorter.
Interesting. If you don't mind me asking, what made your turn to devoutness?
Time.
Dramatic pause.
I have to think about my answer. I can't give everything away immediately.
You and
Time. Time and acceptance.
Here we are, just trying to dig out any information we can, and Sophie's just stonewalling us.
I. You and I.
Oh, Bill and Dad.
No,
Oh,
me and I will do nothing.
Here, just take a look at the screen. And oh, damn.
And we'll always disconnect.
Oh man. He's back.
My wife just got home and probably reconnected 6 different devices with the internet.
The way you're frozen
but
to
you
bed,
and
feel like
I-
this.
You and I will have,
Oh no!
He'll
There's
never get past that sentence.
The Apple Watch just reconnected. Hold on, guys.
am I here?
Yes.
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 You
Finish
and
your-
I will have many conversations, I think,
There
that
we go.
will be highly interesting, at least for me.
I'm hoping there's multiple conversations throughout our time together. Awkward silences, just weird.
Oh, I like you.
I would assume an adventuring party has been together for 2 months, has not just sat in silence the whole time.
You know, weirdly, silence is something that escapes us for the most part. Whether it's the talking or the subtle clinking of a pebble on plate armor, silence never seems to be a problem for us.
Huh.
So if you're actually interested in conversation, trust me, you'll have plenty.
Oh, when Thanik mentioned the pebbles, I'll stare intently at Mal.
I have a minor illusion pebble in my hand, and I throw it at Thanik, but no sound. I can sense you don't
Yes.
like me.
I can sense that you have growth.
That's a little gross, depending on the way you take it.
I can sense you have a lot of room to grow in your personality.
That's better.
I'm trying not to make a dirty joke after what Dylan just said.
I after I said what I said, I rephrased.
Oh god, that's funny. Everyone can always grow, no matter how old they are.
That is true. I'm still growing.
I will say he's tried. He's actually engaged in conversation with me recently, which is usually either something that you do when you have a severe boredom complex, or you actually want to learn something.
Danik, you and me have been bonding over these 2 months. You'd think I'd really just keep throwing pebbles without
Bonding is a very, very strong word. We had a day, an evening, we might even say, where we have bonded, and the rest of it has been trying to dodge your pebbles. And because my dexterity score is so low, I typically do not.
No, we've been
You
dodging
what?
dragons since that happened. We haven't had a moment to reconnect. And I just tried to reconnect, but then you keep going into your long stories instead of giving me the advice I asked for.
I am all about long stories. My advice is long stories. You have to be prepared for both.
Oh, Lord.
Sometimes it's nice to be short about things.
Words are wonderful.
They are, but some things need to happen faster.
That's also gross, depending on how you take that.
Do you take everything sexually?
Panic,
Weirdly,
you're the one
no.
taking it
Weirdly,
more
no.
sexual than I am.
This is a weird moment where I feel like I have been preconceived in this position to listen intently to everything that you guys have to say, and you keep using euphemisms for some reason.
I haven't heard many euphemisms, Thanik. Like, I'm not sure where your
feel
brain is.
you
Aren't you
have-
supposed to be on my team?
Listen, Thanik,
I'm on the team of the truth.
We've only known each other for like 24 hours. Your feelings seem very strong. That's not
This is
going
when
to
I
be
this is
a
when I feel
problem,
Tiny
is it?
would pop up and point at Steven and go, "She made nom noms with a dragon."
Wait, are you saying my feelings are very strong, like towards you?
Yes.
Good news. He
Oh,
doesn't have a
not-
cock. You're fine.
Excuse me?
I'll leave that
Disregarding that comment entirely, I can tell you,
Oh, there's a lot happening here.
I can tell you that won't be a problem. I am a student of warfare. I'm a student of knowledge,
You
and I am a
quite
student
literally.
of. I am a student of understanding things that I do not understand. So when
And-
I am presented with opportunities like being absolutely shit on by somebody who follows a god that I do not understand, I will seek out every opportunity to understand that god and understand that worship practice for the
And
pursuit
that-
of knowledge.
Includes sleeping out of my house of sleeping the entire night.
Here's the thing. Do you know how long it's been since I've been surprised?
No, but
No, of
it's
course you don't. Because you don't
it's
know
weird.
me yet. What I can say, regardless of its weirdness, sure, it has been a very, very long time since I've been surprised. Whether it be on the battlefield, whether it be in personal relationships, whether it be from an educational standpoint. It's been a very long time since I've been surprised. I am also, to a certain degree, shocked by my response to yesterday's battle. However, while I deal with that response on my own time, it is valid only in the sense that it is purely educational. You are fascinating to me in the sense that you are someone who has been able to defeat me as quickly as you did with the strength of a god that I do not understand. And that is the extent of my fascination. So trust me when I say you need not worry about any sort of feelings that may have been misconstrued up until this point.
good to know. I will say, you did lose honorably.
That's my whole vibe. So
now,
I'm
this
glad that
is
you picked
a
up on that.
fantastic conversation, and I'm sure you will pick it up again. Can we go back with the centaur fucking a dragon?
Please. Even I don't understand that. Please.
Stevie, story time. Tell us how you fucked a dragon.
You realize dragons can shapeshift, right?
Yes, but you have to have met the dragon, and the dragon has to have liked you enough.
Is that so
That's-
unbelievable that a dragon would like me?
No, the unbelievable part is that you knew a dragon that well. And that you met a dragon. You see, I am 435 years old, and I have still not met a dragon. So you meeting a dragon is not exactly a common occurrence.
I mean, have you actively sought out dragons though? Because that's like my whole thing. I have actively been
Obviously.
studying dragons.
If you think about it, you've met 3 of them.
Very
now.
closely, it appears.
That was not quite on purpose. It was a mutually beneficial arrangement. Yeah.
Anyway,
He was a friend. That we had many very good conversations. And some of those conversations led to more intimate things. Um, that like the way things go.
All right.
I'm a very interesting person. I don't know why this is
That's
so
so true.
That sounds like a great joke. A centaur and a dragon walk into a bar.
Centaur and a dragon walk into a
There,
cigarette.
Mal, there wasn't any bars out in the middle of the forest.
I think if a dragon and a centaur walked into a bar together, I think there'd be a lot more talk about it.
You're taking the joke way too literally. It's meant to be a joke.
Tell better jokes.
Get a better sense of humor. When you're 400 years old, I sense everything's drab, boomer.
What?
Drab, boomer.
What?
Boomer.
Excuse me?
Boomer.
I'm sorry, you're so short I can't hear you.
Oh, I love this. I love this.
There's 2 inches. There's
Yeah,
2 inches difference.
It's there though.
You're just wearing heels. It doesn't count.
We don't know how thick her boot heels are too, though. The soles of those boots can be.
I'm wearing taller boots.
Asserting dominance over Mal.
Prestidigitation, like an inch of height.
Minor illusion, an inch of height back down.
We
both got bullshit here.
You
Right.
take me for some conjurer of tricks. It's gross.
Yeah, so we did I'm not sure if the Order of the Gauntlet is aware of this, but we did recently find out that my dragon friend Zeraxis has possibly been kidnapped by the cult of the Dragon Queen. Or Cult of the Dragon? Is that what it is?
The what?
Fuck.
I forget what the cult is called.
I think it's just the dragon cult.
No, it's dragon cult or cult of the dragon. Either one.
Cult of the Dragon. Yeah, he has been kidnapped by the Cult of the Dragon. I'm not sure, and that's really concerning to me because Zeraxis is very capable of handling himself.
Yes, that's incredibly concerning, actually.
Yeah, I figured you might want to know about that. So I really hope to find him sometime soon. They also seem to be creating these creatures that are you know how dragonborns are similar to dragons, but
Briefly,
good.
yes.
They're creating these I think they call them Draco Liches. We're not quite sure, but they're created Draconians.
A Draco Lich is something much worse.
Yeah. These Draconians, who they are made from eggs from chromatic dragons. No, metallic dragons. But they are aligned with the chromatic dragons, which is somewhat problematic as well.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but the Erlosa said something about you guys finding eggs. Is that?
Yeah, we left those with Master Roshi on his island.
Who?
A friend of not Leonidas. What is his name?
The monk.
Governor Nighthall?
The monk.
I thought it was
monk.
Governor
Yeah. Leonin.
Leosin.
I know
Leosin.
Leosin.
I mean, not personally, but you know
But I
that they
heard of
were
him.
working with the Harpers and that he was one of the main people in the Harpers. You've heard of him, yeah?
Right. So he was a friend of Leosin's, who was able to keep the dragon eggs safe and we left them incubating. It should be another month and a half or so before they are ready to hatch.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's coming up.
It's 3
What?
months, right? That they need to incubate in the acid.
Yeah, I believe that. I tell you, I think it's 3 months, didn't I?
I'm pretty sure you
I'd-
said
I'd
3
have to
months,
look
and
back,
I think
yeah.
it's been about a month and a half
A month,
ish.
yeah.
Ish.
What is going to happen to them once they hatch?
They'll be
Well,
murdered.
I was hoping to raise them in such a way that they would be good.
Well, no harm in trying. Troubling indeed.
Yeah, it's some very troubling things happening with this cult. Where's Dylan?
His wife came home, so he's probably talking to her.
He's having a good time
Oh,
with his
actually,
friends.
yeah, fair.
Well, I have a feeling it'll probably be ended this shortly because we're starting to run out of stuff. There's
Right,
no
right.
ice
That
thing.
we're well, and it's also
Well, we go to
5
bed.
minutes till we generally.
Yeah.
I had one last thing I wanted to go over, and I was kind of saving this for last.
Mm-hmm.
Mal, Mal's been kind of fairly well reserved. He's been insulted worse than he ever has, so he has a little bit of respect in that sense. He's like, well, they know the shit talk. I'm okay with that. But as soon as everyone else has gone to bed, as soon as he has a free moment where it's just
It's
him
only
and
about
Kismet,
1 p.m.
Well, time skip.
whatever the time skip is, when people are disengaging, it's just Mal and Kismet. Mal does want to have a single conversation, and he's going to simply walk up to Kismet and be like, I know you don't like me. And personally, the way this is going, starting not to like you too much either.
What
based
made
on
you
how-
think I don't like you?
Insults hurt. You hurt me pretty bad today, actually. Besides the point.
Well, I apologize. I like to get past the surface. I apologize if I hurt your feelings. That was not my intention.
You're fine. No, this conversation is more in line with your god Hoard. I don't know much. I know a little. The Doombringer
Mm-hmm.
and something vengeance related. Now, everyone's got their own path to tread, and I respect that. But vengeance is a path that can lead to not clear thinking. Just know, if you make a decision that hurts these people, I've already lost one. I will not lose another. If that means severing the tie to you, I will.
Understandable and respectable.
As long as we're on the same page. Have a good night.
It
And
is
then-
1 p.m.
No, we're doing this at nighttime because it's more fucking dramatic. The sun's setting in the background. Mal does not give a shit. He will minor illusion a fucking
Sophie,
moon.
did you not say the words time skip?
Yeah, but I wanted it to be funny.
I will fucking minor illusion a night sky in your eyes if I need to.
But we will most likely next session. It'll be a 2-day time skip to get to where the caravan arrives, unless you
Dope.
guys wanted to do more.
Nah,
Other stuff?
that was all the RP
Yeah.
I had.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it'll
that's
be-
the only thing I
When-
had to do.
After, as Mal's walking away, he's gonna hear a tink. Behind him.
Joke's on you.
Pebble.
I don't have anything metal on me.
I have prestidigitation.
I can respect that. 2 minutes later go by, Mal flies by with a handful of pebbles and just drops them on her.
Oh, have fun. I only need to sleep for 4 hours, and you have to sleep for 8.
She got you on that literally every single night of this campaign now.
No one can wake up before her. Not even Thanik.
That's true.
But that's good. That was cool. All right, so we are done. And we will continue this next week. Well, I don't know what was the. So did you guys? I think Dylan said he was up to it. Did you guys want to play the day after Thanksgiving? If even though Mickey's not here, I think it'd be. It's considering we're starting a new leg of the journey. We might just take a break after the holiday and just reconvene
Yeah,
after.
I'm
that.
okay with that.
Yeah, let's take a break just because we're going to be probably hopping into some shit next
I
time.
will not be here 2 Fridays from here. I'm busy the 2nd, actually.
Okay, so then that means it'd be a 2-week break then. Boom. Okay, yeah. Yeah, because I think it'd be better to have everyone here starting a new leg of the journey.
I have a
Especially
show that
after
opens
after
on
all
the
the character
2nd.
development and everything. So we'll just do it on the 9th then. We'll just reconvene on the 9th.
I
Take a
mean,
2-week
I'm
break.
totally okay with you guys playing next week. I like starting the new leg of the journey without Stevie. You basically know how she's going to react to things.
Oh, Mal, stop.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
Sweetie.
but
Sweetie.
then Sophie's not gonna be here the week after either, so it's just like might as well just.
Right, so then like we can just take that week off.
It's almost like she wants us to play with her.
I know
It's never happened before.
it's fine. I mean,
That's true.
You guys play without Mal all the time if you think about
We've
it.
taken longer breaks. I think everyone will be okay.
In like May.
Yeah, I get busy in May.
Well, that's a good.
It's
5
up to you
months away,
guys. It's
so
up to you guys.
We're good. We're good. I mean, I would like to think by May we'd be done with Hoard or Dragon Queen. And
Oh no,
then we'll move
I
on
meant
to
like
months.
last May we took a longer break.
Well, yeah, that's when my father was ill and
Yeah.
passed away. Yeah. But yeah,
Are we still
Yeah,
streaming
so
or
I
did
think
that
that's
end?
good.
I think so.
We're still streaming.
we're still streaming. I haven't ended it yet. I haven't hit the
Bye,
button.
guys.
All right, but we're out of here. Thank you for joining us. Until next time. So say we all.